one. Am I cool for that or no? I need to know.
No.
Dang. What if I went like this?
That's worse.
I'm trying to keep myself young. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sleepy Idol, a little bar on 34th and Crenshaw where you can sit back, relax, and talk K-pop with your friends, and apparently, scrounge for the what's last left of your youth. Hi, Jasmine. How are you this evening?
I'm good. Yeah. I had off today. Well, I took off today.
Whoa, do anything fun?
I slept like 9 hours.
Ooh, wait.
In fact, I did sleep 10. I slept 10 hours, but my watch says I technically only slept 9 hours.
So you're going with the watch. You're like, I like that one better. So let me just go with
No, it said 10 hours, but when I look closely, it's like technically I only slept 9. Like I think I was lying there for 10 hours.
Oh.
But I slept 9 hours.
I've always wondered, those like watches that track your sleep, how do they know when you're like sleeping for real, for real, for real?
I guess it's like your heart rate,
Oh.
how much you move around.
That makes sense. I was gonna say, because I know some people, they like are blessed and they can lay down and then immediately, but like, yeah, some people.
I think I move around a little bit, not a lot, but probably enough.
Was there a reason why you slept 10 hours? Like, did you like stay up late the night before? Oh, you were gaming?
No. Oh yeah, actually I was. Never mind, why am I lying?
Okay, gamer girl.
No, it's bad. I shouldn't have been. Like, I was so tired yesterday. Like, I woke up tired and I went to work. I drove into work and I wake up at 5 in the morning and then drive at 6. And it's like, I was just like, as I was driving, I was like, this is so bad. Like, my eyes hurt.
Oh.
Yeah. But then I stayed up until 2. And it didn't make any sense. And I was sitting there playing I was playing Pokemon. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, what am I doing? But I would just be like, if I just like battle like everybody in this area, then I can go to sleep.
Oh no, that's
But I was just like falling asleep. Like I was scared I was gonna drop it on my face. So I was just like, I'm just gonna go to sleep. So I did. And then I slept for like 10 hours. Well, I also got the flu shot yesterday.
Oh,
maybe so my mom was like, maybe that's what
that can
felt.
knock you out.
Like, but I was like, that was after I was already tired, so.
Oh, it probably exacerbated it, because that can really knock you out.
True.
Yeah.
But I definitely sleep like 10 hours on the weekend. Like the first day. Because I'm so bad at sleeping.
Okay, but here's the thing. I'm going to scold you, and I'm going to scold everyone. Y'all, you need to get sleep, because first of all, you can't, like, everything is harder when you're sleepy. Second of all,
I think I worked better somehow yesterday. I was sitting there, I was doing everything. I was testing it.
You were probably high strung. You're like
Oh yeah, it was so bad. I was standing at my like kitchen table when I don't even usually do that for like an hour doing work. My dad walked in, he was like, "Why are you still standing here?" And I was like, "Because I got to do this thing. It's got to be done." And yeah, so I'm working. I work more. It's just bad. It hurts my eyes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and it's like when people have that, like, you know, like when you like are really sleepy after you didn't sleep, like the damage that's done, not to scare anybody, like when you don't sleep, it's still done. Like I know everyone has this theory of like catching up on sleep, but no, you should be trying to sleep the 8-7 hours or what have you every single day.
I think we should just all catch up, you know.
Oh my
God. No, listen to that one over there. She's just a buzzkill, you know. Just stay up as long as you want. Sleep your 4 hours, and then on the weekend, sleep the 2 hours.
This is giving angel devil. Angel
it's so bad. It's just the fact that I have to wake up at 5, and I'm like,
that is torture.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be in traffic, so I will do it.
Yeah. Well, do you go home so when you wake up at 5?
I leave early too.
Okay, so that's at least good.
But then I don't like to take naps. So then when I go home, I'm like, I'm not going to take a nap. I'm just going to stay up. And then by the time it's 10 p.m., I'm like, my brain's like up and ready again somehow. Right. I don't know. Like, I think because I'm a night owl, my brain's just like, and it's time to just be up for forever now. Just keep it going.
Yeah.
And it's bad.
I'm definitely on that wave. I'm like, 2 a.m. Should I start a business? Like, it's literally.
Exactly. I'm like writing down notes. I'm like, all right, so next year I'm going to do this and then that. And it's just like, and then I lose the notes, don't even care about them the next day. I'm angry because I wake up.
Honestly, like it's honestly the who you are at 2 a.m. is just like a different human, like so full of hope
Wish it
and
was me
love.
all the time.
Exactly. But hello everyone. Welcome to the Sleepy Idol. Hey Tiffany, hey Daisy, hey Allie, hey Leanne, best mod. What's up, Andre? I hope you guys are all doing well tonight. We have a packed lineup. We have a bunch of stories that we want to follow up on tonight, including some new ones, which a lot of you have probably known. I'm gonna bury the lead a bit because I want to make sure everyone sticks around, and for people who are looking forward to the big story about blank member leaving blank group and blank company. We'll talk about that towards the middle of the show. But I forgot to ask: is anyone drinking on anything tasty in particular? Jazz, I think I saw some agua in your hand.
Yeah,
Unless it's
water.
that's what she wants you to think it's vodka. Don't worry, guys.
And a Brita. This is a Brita bottle. That's like a magic.
It filters the alcohol.
I hear that tastes like better when you filter like cheap vodka
Through like a Brita filter?
Yeah.
It's giving TikTok conspiracy.
Well, I don't think I've seen a TikTok of it yet. But I just heard people say that, but like before like TikTok and all that.
Maybe we should try it. I'll try that. That's interesting. I don't really drink hard liquor anymore, but I used to drink some bottom barrel stuff when I was in college because I had
is
no
not
money.
good.
Yeah.
Like that. No. Like Vladimir or whatever the Stochevsky or something. Like the ones that have like the Russian names are usually like the bottom shelf.
Oh, I don't even think I grabbed the name. I was like a whole big like handle of vodka for like $10 or like hard liquor for $10. It was in plastic. It was in a plastic bottle. I'm like, this doesn't seem right, but we're doing it. Like it was a mess.
It probably smelled like rubbing alcohol. Like what?
I was like, I don't know if they got this from CVS or if this is like actually alcohol. Yeah.
Did that have to burn?
It did.
In fact, it did. It did a lot of damage.
You are correct. But yeah, now I've moved on to bigger and better things, including to the sponsor of today's stream. Just kidding. But I may drink this Seagrams. I may not, because right now I'm drinking apple juice. But if I get
apple juice,
yes, I love apple juice. Yo, apple juice. Put a little apple cider vinegar in it. It's something else. It gives it a little. There's a little.
That sounds absolutely disgusting. Like, I would trust that it tastes good. Maybe I'll try it one day.
It makes it a little sweeter. It's like that whole phenomenon that
sweeter.
Like if you add salt to peanut butter, it makes it sweeter as opposed to adding sugar. It's like that.
I've heard that for watermelon. I've never heard that for peanut butter.
Oh, I've never heard that for watermelon. Yeah, it's like I don't know why.
People put like salt.
Yeah, that's weird. I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Is that why they have that like vegans sometimes do like steak watermelon?
That's just disgusting.
You've never heard of this?
I think I've heard something. I've heard jackfruit.
Jackfruit, yeah, jackfruit's one. That's a meat, but there's like
How do you even do that to watermelon? That's like it's all water.
I don't know.
Wouldn't you just fry it all away? Like it would just evaporate into the air, and it's just.
I never made it to that level of veganism, so I unfortunately don't have my research.
That's like top tier veganism. Yeah. You're like, I was still at level 1. That's like level 100.
Exactly.
I can't.
Unfortunately. Let's see what the chat's saying. Andre says, I'm drinking Mountain Dew, LOL. I feel like we had this conversation before, but what's your soda of choice, Jazz? Sprite?
I love Sprite.
That is a classic, honestly. I like birch beer and like cream soda, those kind of like hick. So
what's the first one?
Birch beer.
The heck is that? Is that like root beer?
I guess so. It's like a clear root beer, right? It's clear. Yeah. I would like it. Yeah, maybe like a baby between cream soda and root beer.
I like root beer.
Leanne says, Jay advocating for a healthy 8 hours of sleep and saying to drink rubbing alcohol. Listen, I'm a complicated girl. I'm a Libra.
She learned. She said not to do that.
True.
Don't take the bottom shelf.
Don't take the bottom. Just drink some apple juice, okay? Daisy says, yes, it does. It does the better or taste better. There was a challenge once back with using Brita filters and it made liquor taste better.
Yeah.
Should we try this?
I'd be scared that what if I like it?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, Like I don't even know. What would I do?
Bring a Brita filter to every party you go, just in every bar, just in case. Like, put it in here, my good man.
Oh my god, that'll be $5, like $5, you know, for each cup that you drink. That's how you make money. Actually, you're onto something. You're onto something. I might do this.
You just get behind the bar and you're like, anyone want a Britifies?
Like, who are you?
Don't worry about it.
We didn't even have a bar.
Ooh, this bar. Oh my god, our drink of choice, Brititized vodka, Brititized hard liquor. That's the only drink we serve here. I'm sorry, guys. Tiffany's drinking on Snapple and also says, I don't really like sweet fruit flavored sodas. So for me, it's either Sprite, Squirt, or Coke. Squirt is like...
Squirt?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a lemon lime soda, correct?
So like, is that basically like Sprite?
Yeah, but more of like a 7-Up.
Sierra Mist?
I think it's more of a 7-Up.
Isn't 7-Up still the same thing too?
Doesn't 7-Up have more of a flavor?
How dare you? That sounded like a diss to Sprite. How dare you?
Come for me,
Sprite is the holy grail. How dare you?
Sprite, you tried it. You're not even that good. I like what was the cranberry Sprite?
I don't think I've ever had that.
Oh, it's not overly sweet. Daisy says, I tend to stay away from soda, but if I full, definitely Sprite. It is a good neutral soda to get because it's not too much. She's simple. Yeah. She's classic.
Doesn't hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because Coca-Cola, it hurts.
It pummeled your esophagus on the way down.
It's just my throat is like, oh my god, what the heck did you just drink? But then I keep going because I'm like, I usually drink it when I'm like sick because I'm like,
oh, like
I don't know what it is that my brain's just like, if it hurts, maybe it's solving a problem.
That's so scary. It's such a scary philosophy. That reminds me.
Like, it just feels like I'm like, it's fixing something. It has to be.
Oh gosh. Oh, Allie says
not smart. I didn't say it was the right way to go, but yeah.
The Coke and Pepsi girlies. I'm sorry, I don't understand it. Okay, I'm so sorry. I've never gotten into the two, but you know, they really are very. I have a lot of like people in my life, coworkers, etc., who would be the type to have like 3 Cokes a day, and it's just like, okay, and like they're like good to go after all, and I'm like, yeah, gee, okay, do you? So people.
I might have said this before that I have a friend that her mom, I think they're a Pepsi family or something, but her mom only drinks like Pepsi, and like. They don't like when they go to restaurants and they're a Coca-Cola. Like, you know, like apparently restaurants have only one brand type. So it's either Pepsi or Cola. So if it's like a Coca-Cola one, they're like, we can't drink it. Like, I'm just like, that's a lot.
Get a lemonade and keep it pushing, girl. Like, what?
I also can't tell the difference between the two. I mean, you must have been drinking this for a while.
Same, but don't say that in front of the Coke or Pepsi stands because they'll come for you. They'll swing on you almost immediately. Don't get swung on.
One day I'll try blindfolding myself and seeing if I can see if there's a difference. Yeah. I probably won't find a difference, but you know, I'll try.
Same. Okay, Tiffany says Pepsi is sweeter in my opinion. To be fair, I don't have either enough to really know. Like, I would have to do what you're saying.
I think that's my problem.
Yeah. Yes, ginger ale has healing powers. It's true.
Yes. I think that's the problem. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, it's basically like ginger ale. And ginger ale also hurts. So, like, if it's feeling the same way.
When you say it hurts, I want you to go to the
hospital. It's like, but you know, it's like popping and it, like, I don't know what it is. Like, it's just like so much. It just burns.
Like carbonation?
Yeah, like it's like hurting.
But like, does it have any more or less than other sodas?
Sprite doesn't hurt to me.
Oh gosh.
Coca-Cola, like ginger ale, they hurt.
That is such a funny way to describe it. It hurts.
That's why I don't drink them as much.
It hurts so good. But yes. So everyone. I think it's about time we start jumping into today's topics. And I think we should start with some follow-up topics. So I wanted to be cute and I wanted to call, so, you know, bar theme, hey, welcome to Sleepy Idol. I was thinking of calling any time, the like section when we do follow-ups from topics we talked about, refills.
Oh,
You seemed disappointed.
I meant to do it like that. But no, I was going to do that either way, even if it was like...
You're just waiting for her to stop speaking. Oh.
Yes.
You
The refill sounds cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was cool. I don't know. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. No, it's cute. No, I like it.
You really think so?
Oh my god.
You're like, you leave the Discord call. But yeah, so today's refills, we have 3 topics, and I think it would be smart. Oops, what did I do here? For us to talk about the case, which we mentioned last time, I'm buying time so I can fix the scene. Concerning NMIXX. So we have an NMIXX follow-up. We actually have 2 technical follow-ups because it's been a bit of time since we had last talked about it on our show. And before we actually start, I'm going to adjust my camera. Oh, not the whole thing. Not the whole thing, OBS. Just my okay, there we go. And then I'm going to extend
there's a little black line.
Yeah, I know. Why does OBS do this? Twitch is out to get me. Anyway, so let's start. So as some of you guys may have known, either because you've been following the story or because you heard about the story when we talked about it. I think it was 2 shows ago. Well, last month, Spire Entertainment, which is the entertainment company of group NMIXX, came under fire after fans exposed that the CEO of the company had been physically and verbally abusing the members. So it was particularly 2 cases where a fan recounted them seeing the CEO hit one of the members, and then there was another case where they were just kind of like bashing them and verbally abusing them. So this basically like blew up. Everyone was giving like a lot of flack to NMIXX company because obviously this is not how you treat your idols. And it did after some back and forth, it did ultimately lead to the CEO of the company stepping down. Now, there's a lot of question marks around the CEO stepping down because some people are claiming that they still kind of hold like some type of like shadow position in the company, even if they stepped down in theory. And then in addition to that, they found out that the chairman of the company, who we'll call Chairman Kang, he actually is the husband of the CEO.
Yeah.
So even though she stepped down, it's like, girl, did you really step down? What's going on? So that's kind of where we were. The members have kind of like, opened their own Instagram account, and it seemed like we were going towards like them totally splitting from the company now that, a lot of people see the company's true colors. So as a follow-up, some stuff we didn't talk about is that on November 16th, NMIXX announced that they had filed a lawsuit to terminate their contract with Spire Entertainment, and they would also be filing criminal charges against the agency's chairman, and I believe the CEO too, but in this particular article that I got from Soompi, I believe, they were highlighting, like in the translation, they're highlighting the chairman. But what they were going to file these criminal charges on is assault, intimidation, indecent act by compulsion, and attempted threats. So in this press conference, because this was actually announced during a press conference, the members of NMIXX and their lawyers actually went into detail about the type of abuse they face. Because again, this whole situation started when we got the reports from fans regarding what they saw the CEO do to the members. But there was like, speculation that this couldn't have been like the first time or the only thing that the company had done. So they were able to go into detail during this press conference. So some of the things that they accounted was member Jaejoong. He talked about how the members were forced to drink alcohol by the CEO, how they were sexually harassed via touching of the face and hands, and then that the CEO even like threatened suicide towards them. I guess if the CEO felt like they weren't doing what she wanted. And then he also reiterated that one of the reasons that the members endured this treatment was because they were afraid that this opportunity they had to be a group under this company was kind of their last chance. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Omega X, they consist of idols that like were in other groups and shows and things like that that didn't really pan out. So this is kind of like a second chance group. So they were afraid that the second chance would be ended because, you know, they called out their company and they would probably have to disband or leave the company if they called out what was happening. Member Ye-chan accounts that the members were gaslit, and later on their lawyer also talks about how like the company CEO and chairman would specifically be really, really nice to them before they then would turn around and then like do like abusive stuff to them to kind of like be like, oh yeah, we're on your side or whatever, you know, we're good people, and then take advantage of that. Member Han Gyum talked about how there would be like these gatherings where they would be invited to drink, and if they didn't drink, those members would kind of be ostracized and treated coldly the next day. And there was also an account about how this particular member experienced, after all the abuse, experienced like anxiety because of it. And then member Bin went on record saying they said that there would be no next album if they refused to attend these like drinking gatherings where they would make them drink. So it's like, it's giving like, what's going on? Like, what is this? Like, I don't know. Jasmine, I don't know if you got the same sentiment, but when they were saying this, it was like, I feel like these people never intended to actually make like a real group. This just seemed like a front to abuse them. Like, what do you think?
That they're crazy. Like, I'm very confused. It just seems very weird to make them drink.
Yeah.
Like, what do you... That seems very icky. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, why would you want them to drink all the time? Like, for like, what are you planning to do that you want them to be drunk?
Exactly.
Like, do you want them to easily say yes to things? Like, are you just like, that seems very nasty.
And mixing that with the account saying that like, oh, they're like, the CEO would be like, touch them and things like that, it is really giving you're trying to butter them up to be easily manipulated like that, which makes it even weirder because it's like, if the Kong chairman guy was privy to this, that your wife was sexually harassing these kids and forcing them to drink, why would you just be like, all right, let's get it, let's like, what?
Yeah.
So I don't know about that. It's giving predatory. But yeah, so after this was announced that they would be officially suing to terminate their contract and the criminal charges as well, on December 2nd, the first hearing for their application to end their exclusive contract with Spire Entertainment was held. And so during that, a couple things came to light. So Spire Entertainment, they wanted to maintain the contract. That was basically what they were saying during this hearing. And they were allegedly, according to Korea Boo's article, begging them for one more chance. And they were saying that they would give Omega X a whole new like staff team, which is like so dumb. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's clearly still people, like, you're not firing everyone, you're just giving them new people to work with. But it's like, if the people who turn their eye to the abuse are still there, then the problem is still there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand that statement. However, you know, Omega X and their lawyers maintain that they should, like, you know, nullify the contract because of everything that was happening. During the hearing as well, they addressed some of the issues that we had brought up before. So one of the situations that was like a big deal during this whole, you know, issue when it initially happened with the abuse being exposed was that they were actually overseas for a show, and after everything blew up with like the fan exposing the abuse, for whatever reason the company canceled, or it was reported that the company canceled their flights back to Korea, so they had to basically pay for themselves. And I think they did some like fan crowdfunding as well for it, but they had to pay for themselves to get their flight back. And people are really weirded out about that because it was like, Were you trying to leave them stranded? What's going on? So in this hearing, Spire Entertainment addressed that whole situation. So in their view of things, what they say happened is that they canceled it. They didn't cancel it, I guess. There were just no seats for the members at the time. And so they had always planned on rebooking, I guess, the flight. But before they could do that, the reports that the flight got canceled already went out, so like the damage had already been done. However, Omega X's legal team denies the claims, saying that Kang, the chairman, had previously threatened to cancel their flights. So it seems like they're lying about that. In addition to
It
that,
also seems weird
Mhm.
that, like, if you canceled it, why wouldn't you just buy new tickets immediately?
Exactly, I don't really yeah.
And then when they bought their own tickets, why wouldn't you just resupply them with the money that they used?
Exactly.
Like, if that was your intention in the end, that seems kind of a little shady.
Exactly. It's like you're saying, oh, the people were already reporting we didn't, or we canceled them maliciously. So like, don't just continue.
Like, fix it.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
what?
what do you mean? Like, try again. In addition, in terms of like the abuse that they faced at the hand of the CEO, what's really messed up is that they did not deny that like the verbal abuse and things like that happened, but they basically wrote it off as like various circumstances. So it's like, you don't know the whole story. Like, yes, it did happen, and yes, we're not necessarily defending it, but like, you don't know the whole story. They also went on a record saying that the members referred to the CEO as mom, and she recently said herself that she was like a mother to them. So it's giving very much like,
Makes it worse.
Exactly.
What?
What's going on? Like,
You're abusing them and they thought of you as their mom? Like, okay.
exactly.
You look really bad then.
And I feel like that adds, like, that literally just backs up the gaslighting claims that the members had, because it's like, yeah, you're really nice to them, you might have had a relationship with them, and you probably did that on purpose, so then when you turned around and were horrible to them, you could run around and back and be like, but remember when I did these nice things for you? I'm great. Like, it's sad. So lastly, the members also revealed that, surprise, surprise, they weren't getting paid. They had never received any settlement after their tour concluded, but Spire Entertainment is claiming they're a minus artist, in that they're saying that Omega X's albums haven't generated any revenue, and the tour had not yet been settled.
They actually said minus artists. I was going to be like, oh my gosh, it's becoming a thing. Oh my god, because I didn't think that was an actual thing. Like, whoa.
The Hook Entertainment CEO is trash, but maybe she's trending. But yeah. And so at the end of this first hearing, the court ordered that Spire Entertainment and Omega X's members must submit additional contract documents concerning their consignment and exclusive contracts by December 21st and December 14th, respectively. And the next trial date will be decided later. And in addition, it was announced that Omega X plans to submit the recordings from August as evidence. So it seems like this is still an ongoing case, but just hearing what's coming out of here, what do we think, like, what do we think looks like, what do you think is a good settlement? Like, what do you think is a happy ending would look like for this whole situation? And do you think that there's a chance that Spiral Entertainment can exist even without Omega X after this whole situation plays out?
Does Spire Entertainment have other people?
I don't actually know. That's a good question. I feel like they don't. Because, but this is me just biasing that they just seem like some shady ragtag company that was set up on the fly just to exploit people. But let me look it up.
Isn't it like, it's a part of another company, right? The husband's company? Like, it's a...
That's a good question. I'm not sure. It seems like they only have Omega X.
Daniel Entertainment.
A South Korean entertainment company and subsidiary under Daniel. Their specialty lies in digital content distribution, planning, and production. Oh, and this is the chairman's company?
Maybe. I think.
Heck?
I just know that because she's below the husband, right? Because like the husband gave her this.
Is that what happened? I'm
I
give me the
swear
tea. Give me the
that's what
tea.
happened. I swear the husband had a company and then he was like, here you go. Here's this company.
So this is a whole mess. It was just like this is a plaything to them then. Yikes. And that makes it sense, or it makes it even sadder that it's like this second chance idol group because, you know, all the things that they're saying about how they really wanted to make this work because this was their second chance. It just seems like so many predatory. Like, I'm sure they were aware of
Yeah.
that. So they're like, oh, just stick by us, like we'll do you right. Knowing that they were very desperate in a way that you
Yeah.
can only be when like you really want this to make it work and it didn't work the first time. So I don't know.
I hope they get another company. Like, I think that would be the best scenario.
Mm-hmm.
That they win, then get a better company and actually maintain at least the popularity that they had before
Yeah,
or more.
I hope so too. And I hope that it's not like, obviously it's great that they get justice because not only is this good for them, but like it's another case of exposing like shady companies and shady practices. But I hope that
Yeah.
this doesn't become the only thing they're known for. And people do like, people that genuinely like them also do support them when this is all settled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, I don't know. Jumping into chat, Leanne says allegedly the CEO was a fan of a couple members when they were in previous groups, which adds to the whole level of ick.
Yeah, that's. And
Um,
then, like, the members are calling her mom, like, ew. Or if allegedly. Like, ew. Ew.
we gotta
Yeah.
send that clown to jail because now it's literally it's giving rich like delusional like fangirl housewife or whatever who's like, this is my chance to have these idols that I've been like obsessed with, lusting after or whatever, as my little playthings. Because
Mm,
that idea, that alleged fact, coupled with the fact that she was harassing them, God,
yeah.
the power imbalance, the power, the taking advantage, the predatory behavior, that's just yikes all around. I That's so delusional too to do. Like, why are
Yeah.
you? Yeah, that's sad. Um, oh God. Yeah, you're harassing them while making them call you mom, huh? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That just makes you seem creepier. Leanne also says no profit, nothing at all. When at the very least their MVs are getting millions of views. IDK much about how views equate to actual money, but that should be at least counting for something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Apparently Spire has trainees for a new group. Get them out of
Hopefully they get
there.
out.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Jump ship.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's yeah. They can't continue on after this. I'm sorry. I don't care if you change the members or the staff 8 times over. There's always gonna be like the
Yeah.
people in power obviously let this happen and they're probably not gonna be the ones changed out. Like I don't care if the
Yeah.
managers changed or whatever. I care if the people that were perpetuating the abuse and had the power to stop it are
Mhm.
removed. And obviously that's not gonna happen.
I also think like if they really want them on their side again, like they need to change like whatever contract they have with them.
That too.
Because obviously something in their contract is making them feel like they can't say anything.
Hmm.
But they should be able to say something and they should feel like they have the ability to say something rather than feeling like they have to like put up with it like as long as they did.
Exactly. Exactly. Like that is very, yeah. How they like respond to it or how whether they feel like they can speak out is very addictive how you guys are treating them and the culture that you're cultivating. So
Yeah.
oh gosh. And then Andre says it goes without saying when somebody shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Yeah.
Mm,
And I feel like that, if it was a situation where I mean it seems like the main reason why they didn't step forward was because they were like, gotta kind of endure this if I want a chance. But if it was
Yeah.
also because they were playing this hot, like a good cop, bad cop, hot mom, bad mom, cold mom, or whatever, that did not come out correctly. But you know, nice lady, mean lady, like that kind of gaslighting thing, that would be really sad as well. So yeah. So yeah, overall, I really hope that NMIXX gets, you know, everything they deserve and sues that company into smithereens. And if there are trainees, get them out of there, sis. We don't need babies under this situation. Absolutely not. So yeah, moving on. Okay, so Jazz, do you want to talk about this next one or no? Because I'm scared.
Which one's the next one?
The
Oh, we can just breeze by it.
okay. Breeze by.
Like he's like just say it and then just move on.
Okay. Y'all, okay. I'm just gonna, yeah, that's a great one. All right. So the next follow-up is a Chris Wu follow-up. Okay, so yeah, you know what? We're just gonna breeze through it. So as you guys know, on November 5th, ex-member of EXO, Chris Wu, was sentenced to 13 years in prison, and then deportation from China after he serves his sentence on charges for sexual assault of minors. Sexual assault. And so, like I said, it was stated that after he serves the 13 years in China, he'll be deported back to Canada. And so there's basically been this discussion. I'm going to say trigger warning too, because I do think that this is not a common topic we talk about and is very disturbing. Obviously Chris's situation, but also what they're claiming will happen to him is disturbing. So people were speculating that after he serves his 13 years in China, if he will receive what's known as trigger warning, talking about castration, chemical castration. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying my best with this. He will receive chemical castration when he returns to Canada, because apparently that is a possibility under Canada's law. And so, again, trigger warning, I'm about to explain what chemical castration is. So according to this article, I believe this is from Soompi, or no, I think it's from All Kpop. Chemical castration involves forcibly suppressing sexual desire by injecting drugs and hormones into the sex offender. And Canada is a country that actively implements chemical castration on sex offenders who are found to be long-term offenders. And then it's also saying here, it is known that the Correctional Service of Canada administer family counseling, group counseling, and cognitive behavioral therapy while injecting drugs and hormones to chemically castrate these sex offenders. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That is it.
That's sucks if it happens.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Don't do what he did.
Yeah, exactly.
Moral of the story.
Yikes. But yeah, very scary. I feel like we were talking about this before, but very surprised that is a thing they implement in Canada.
Yeah.
Not sure. I don't think they do it in the US. I don't know laws. But yeah, so
I've never heard of it, so like I don't think we do. Maybe in certain states they might.
Maybe.
I feel like all our states are like different countries, so it's like
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like that's what I was saying, Andre. It seems like a lot for Canada, but maybe I'm using that like Canada stereotype of like, oh, it's so hunky-dory. But then also, as we were talking about, maybe that's why they're like, yeah, we're not playing, with that.
Yeah.
But
we're nice people.
Yeah.
And we gotta stay looking like that. And if you mess it up, we're gonna have you up.
Yeah. It was, yeah. So that was really shocking. But that's, again, this is people alleging it because that is an option that can happen. And it seems like, I don't know what they would consider long-term sex offenders.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So yeah, I'm not sure what that entails, but yeah, that's kind of what has been being discussed on the streets. And then we're going to actually move on from there. I know, very short, to the last follow-up of this week.
As it should.
Which is the follow-up with LOONA versus Blockberry Creative. So for those of you who don't know, currently Flopberry Creative is in turmoil. So it all kind of started, well, technically it all kind of started with this weird ongoing issue with them and former member Chu of their group LOONA, when there was just a mess. Like, they weren't paying her, they were making her work too much. She was trying to, sue to get rights on her contract to see where she worked. And it all kind of culminated on November 5th when it was reported, they reported that they had removed, or she left the group, but it was very obvious they kicked her out. And they alleged that it was based on abuse of power towards staff. Nobody believed they asked, so that they tried it. But then it was followed up in November 28th when it was announced that the members of LOONA, excluding Vivi and Hyunjin, had requested to terminate their exclusive contracts. So yeah, people are like, we don't know the whole story right now, but it's pretty clear that either Blockberry Creative is going to have to change, or they're going to lose LOONA altogether, leaning towards more of losing LOONA altogether. But that's why it's extra shocking that out of nowhere on December 7th, a media outlet alleged that Blockberry Creative had begun planning a comeback for LOONA that was set for January 2023. According to this report, the comeback would be on January 3rd, and it would include 10 members, which again was kind of weird because that would mean, aside from Chu, who they kicked out, there would be another member that would not be participating in it, ? So on the same day, BBC, Blockberry Creative, actually responded to a report saying that it's true that LOONA have begun preparations for a comeback. However, the exact time frame is unconfirmed. Once the schedule is confirmed, we plan to make an announcement. Girl, they're trying to sue you. What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's giving delusional. What do you think's going on? Are they bluffing?
You're delusional. Like, I think they're in shock. I think they just don't know what to do. They're just like, everything's fine. You know that meme of the dog sitting at the table and there's a fire going on? That's them. They're just like, this is fine. We're good. We're still coming back. January, sometime next month, we're good.
Like, exactly. Not only a comeback, but sometimes literally next month. Sweets, you're in turmoil. What do you mean next month? Huh? They might not even be there for you. Like, but the thing is, like, technically, they filed for the injunction, but I don't know if it's been granted yet. So technically they still, like, the remaining members, I guess, in some regards still work for them. So could they make them do this ?
Oh, maybe.
Like, against their will?
I'm just imagining, like, how does that work? They walk in, they're like, we're suing you, and they're like, well, you're coming back. These are your lines, so you might want to get on top of that. Sorry about that. We'll take this, we'll think about it. We'll see if this suing works. And you guys go to the practice studio and practice, because January, that's when you're coming back. Like, I feel like I'd be in shock, too. If I was them.
That is so
cool. Both sides are probably in shock at this moment. They're like, we're just throwing stuff out at each other now.
Oh, God. They're just shocked with each other. Like, it's just like, I don't even know, because it's like, even if you were trying to plan a comeback, the audacity for you to announce that, knowing that you're literally in the middle of being accused of like mistreatment, like terminating Drew's contract, like unfairly, these members, obviously they feel like they lost trust with you, and that's why they're trying to file for this injunction for their own contract. Like, girl, do you see what's happened? Like, how are you just like, okay, anyway, the girls are coming back, cash mo ninki gayo, like, absolutely not. Like, we're not doing this. This is not like 20, or I was about to say 2005. Technically, I could say that. 2005. 2005. Where people are going to be like, I guess because the company's acting chill, nothing's really happening. No, we seeked it. What do you mean? It's giving confidence that doesn't deserve to be had. Yikes. So I'm going to jump into chat because what is going on? Tiffany said, if it's true that they're leaving, maybe Blockberry wants to get some profit out of it before they do. Ooh, interesting.
Or like, we'll make you as miserable as we are right now by making you come back when you know you want to sue so bad.
That'd be so sad to literally have to work for them for before like actually keep just doing what they ask you to until that like
Yeah.
injunction is granted or what have you. That is literally so evil. Um
Yeah.
Andre says, how do you plan a comeback when nine of the girls left filed for injunction? Like, get it together, bring back Chu and pay those girls. That's actually a great point. Like filing the injunction, because it's like what if I'm a member of LOONA and you're trying to tell me, all right, y'all, wake up at 5 a.m. because practice, girl, I am not going. Like, what do you mean? I won't be there.
Yeah.
But also, do you think there's a world where this settles? Like this ends with them being 12 under Blockberry Creative, like them actually like them extending an invite back to Chu, but then her also accepting it. Do you think that's something that could happen?
No. I feel like Chu's done. I feel like she was like, bye. I've been planning this for months. Like, I have my own YouTube channel. I've been doing my own advertisements without you guys. Trust, I was out of here a year ago. Like,
Well,
it was just my ghost that was here because like, I was not trying to work for you guys.
honestly, I don't blame it, because even in that thing, they're like, "Oh, the trust has been lost," or irrevocably or whatever, broken or something like that. I think that's what the statement said. So it's like I feel
And then they
like
like called her rude.
exactly,
I forgot about that. I'm not coming back to that. Like, you have to pay me like triple.
exactly.
Like, and I have to see the paychecks like consistently coming in before I even sign anything.
Exactly.
Like, I need the first 3 years good, and then I'll come back.
Exactly. And also, you have to release a statement that you lied on me, because we're not going forward with people thinking that I may have been mean to staff or whatever lie you put out there. So you have to literally tell the public that we lied because we're haters. We're flop haters. And then it's like, well, I don't want to be with a company that's known for lying on their talent. So I
They apologize, and then you're like, wait a minute. You lied. I don't like that. I'm not signing this. They're like, wait a minute.
You tricked them.
We just apologize for you.
You're like, psych.
And that's what you should have done without me. Anyway, bye.
She's like, come for me if you want. I said, she can be fighting. She probably fight. She probably can fight. She'll be like, come for me. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But does BBC's make, or wait, but BBC doesn't make anyone else, doesn't have anyone else besides Sunny. Sunny is under
Is she the one? Was she in Wonder Girls?
Yes. Not May Queen.
Well,
Absolutely not. Under any circumstances. What?
yikes. Is she, wait, which one is that? Is she the main vocalist?
She was one of the main vocalists. She was the leader. She was the one in So Hot who had the short hair. She wasn't in like the Baby Why So Lonely. She wasn't part of.
She's the one that went to, I was gonna say Haiti. Was it Haiti? Where is she?
Yeah, she was the one who like married the missionary doctor dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. Tiffany says, I think if they don't go to practice in their other schedules, Blockberry could use that against them and claim that the members weren't attending their. Ooh.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. I feel like they're trying to find any way to make them look bad, so that they have something, because they don't have anything right now.
That's so sinister. Oh my gosh. It's kind of like when like reviewing all the stuff that they did for Chu, like not giving her transportation to the schedules. And I think like they weren't giving her like bodyguards or something like that. Maybe that was from a different scandal. But like I was like, when it was like kind of like put in perspective, it was like, oh, it seems like they were just trying to like mess with her to make it difficult for her to do work, to then be like, look, she doesn't do her work, like she didn't come to the schedule, blah blah blah.
And then that can make her angry too, because it's like they are purposely not giving her something. So maybe she did say something that was mean, but it was like after being neglected for how long she was.
Oh, I didn't even consider that. So that's why they're so bold. That's no, but that is giving me, that's why they're so bold, because they set her ass up. And they probably got the oh, interesting. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. BBC digging their own grave. Very, very true. I think, oh my gosh. Like, what are y'all doing? It's given delusional.
Like, would people even buy this?
That
are fans, I mean, that actually are get caught up with this situation.
exactly. That's what I wanted to ask as well. For all the orbits, if they come, if the teaser drops on January 1st, and the pre-orders, they start taking pre-orders on January 2nd, where y'all at? Y'all pre-ordering?
Don't pre-order. I'm not. And that's because I also have never pre-ordered in my entire life. But join me in this moment.
I feel like I won't start now.
Exactly. Especially not now.
Not Andre saying, I'll see what my wallet looks like. He said, listen, I'm counting my options. Don't come for me. I think it would be interesting if it's one of those things where the members, I remember, what was it? Utari Hikaru, they had some album. Yeah, their company was doing like a best of album for them. And they were like telling fans straight up, don't buy it because it's a waste of money or whatever. So I wonder if, because, you know, it seemed like the company, I think it was Ava. I don't know what her company is. I'm not as familiar with Japanese companies, but it seemed like her company was just trying to make money off of her fan or their fans. And so they were just like, don't buy that. So I wonder if the LOONA members would go as far to be like, don't buy this Orbits because they're just trying to milk y'all until we bounce or whatever. That would be really interesting. But
they probably have to like make it like not so straightforward though. I feel like they'll like the company will try and use that as like, well, they were trying not to make money and that's why they didn't make any money or something. Something stupid.
That would be, if they're really playing 4D chess like that, that'd be insane. What didn't you say? Was it like Wendy from Red Velvet or something? Who there was like, their company was, they were telling like fans not to spend money on something.
Oh, Wendy, yeah.
What did she say?
Wendy was just like, I forgot what it was, but she was like, no. Oh, the different pack, like, because like, you know how they have different CD types for one album? Like it'll be like, this is a sunshine version, this is a night version. And she was just like, don't buy like every single version. Like just buy one. It's not needed for you to buy both versions. You don't need both. They're the same thing.
Dang.
So
someone was like,
I was like, that's smart. I mean, that's nice. Yeah, so I was just like, what the heck? Like, what are you doing? That would piss me off if I was a company.
Tiffany said, I knew they had been lying when they said she was rude. Like, she is the last person I would expect to be a disrespectful diva. Yeah, and it seemed like many people were just like not buying it, which is good.
Yeah.
But I still say they were like, it worked with Irene. Not to say that Irene didn't actually do it.
You keep bringing up like, Irene.
I need the girls to know.
Dare you? She's trying to clean up her image and you just keep bringing it back. You brought it back right before their comeback and now you're doing it as they're still promoting. Like, we gotta wait.
Listen, I'm a historian. I'm a K-pop historian. I have to remind people, okay?
Is that what this is?
Only remind people of the bad things other groups did, not my face. Oh, no. Oh God. But yeah, so hopefully, you know, this is a joke or it does not go through because yeah, like not only is it messy because we know what's going on behind the scenes, but it does put fans between a rock and a hard place, especially if we don't get like the, you know, straight up don't buy this from the members that might have to participate in this. So hopefully they can just leave Blockberry, join Chu, maybe not necessarily in her company, but somewhere in the future as LOONA with all the members. And I think we're going to move. Listen, Andre, do not mention these lies, this slander. Red Velvet was not in my Spotify Wrapped, okay?
Oh, yeah. You literally had.
That was my
Queendom, which wasn't even this year.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard that song. Last year. I've never heard that song, so I don't know what you're talking about, unfortunately. Anyway.
Oh, there it is. She's caught.
Okay, but yeah, moving on because now y'all just like making things up and I'm getting confused. All right. So moving on, we are going to start our first news story of this news cycle, and that is talking about the K-pop Broadway musical, Kpop. Unfortunately, it announced that it will be closing its doors, or closing its curtains, I should say, on December 11th, after a total of 44 previews and 17 performances.
We
So
have 2 days to go see this.
I was really like,
All
Jazz,
right,
are you
let's
finna
go.
go? Are you finna go? Stop it.
I mean,
You're
if you
not
can
even.
make it, I will try.
Would you really go?
Oh gosh, how much is it?
Um. So I was
It was
looking on
67,
Stub.
right?
Well, I was looking on StubHub and it said it was all sold out. But I don't know if
Oh
that was
dang.
because it was StubHub. Like, I don't know what the actual site you would buy it from.
Oh,
Is
if
it
you go on
StubHub?
the website of the musical, it has like it's a
Are we about to
ticket
see?
thing.
Uh-oh. Are we about to do some on location reporting, y'all? Um, but
We have
yeah.
like cameras. We're like videotaping ourselves. They're like, "This, ma'am, you can't do this."
Like, you
They're
don't
gonna start
understand.
singing "Unfair" as you walk out.
No. PTSD. No. I'm like, Luna, can I get a word? But yeah.
I didn't. Okay, that's one thing. I didn't know that Luna like was like I remember hearing you say this last week or
Mhm.
something that Luna was in it, but I don't think it really clicked that it was actually Luna was in this.
Oh.
I saw like a picture. I was like, wait a minute, I could have seen Luna.
See, you snooze, you
Wait a
lose. You
minute.
should have been on it. Listen, I should have
Also,
been
I
on it
didn't know
too.
she spoke English. Does she
I
not?
actually, okay, that's another reason why I want to see it because I feel like a lot of this is just reading what other people have been saying about the musical or reading other people's reviews, and I want to read it for myself or watch it for
Mhm.
myself and give my opinion on what like I think about it. But yeah, for
Yeah.
if you guys don't know, this K-pop musical has been kind of making waves because it's this musical that is about K-pop, but also like, Korean culture as well. And I feel like I believe it's the first of its kind on Broadway. And so basically the plot is it follows fictional K-pop superstars, a soloist named MWE, I believe that's how you pronounce it, a girl group named MIS, and a boy band named F8 as they risk everything for a one night only concert while facing personal struggles that threaten their careers. And yes, it's the first Broadway production to feature Korean stories written by Korean American creatives. So there's a lot of reasons around why it closed down. I saw, and Jazz, you added a lot of the discussion that was going on r/Kpop was that like it just seemed like it wasn't selling tickets, which I think is so interesting because not to say that like K-pop fuels all, but I would think a lot of people would be interested to see this with the way that K-pop is very popular in
Yeah.
in America, but also like maybe it's that lack of crossover. Like, are K-pop fans gonna want to see a musical? Like, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, if there is
Yeah.
interest there. I mean, I would have loved to see it, but like again, I would have had to like, have planned to make it down there in New York. And now that it's like on its last run, I really don't know if I'll be able to get down there.
I
Um,
think what they should have done, since it's because I just checked, it's also sold out on their website. But like, if it's sold out, like I'm wondering, should they have like done a longer
Goodbye
time?
tour.
Like yeah, just like a little bit longer, and like be like, we're ending in January, like
Hmm.
beginning of January, because
Hmm.
I think they would get a lot of money. Because I think like throwing that news out probably got people to be like, oh, this is my only chance to like see it. Let me make my way down there.
Hmm.
But like now that it's just like we're closing and it's this weekend, and it's like okay, like that's quick. I can't make it out there now. Like what the heck? So I don't know.
Like that's so true. I do want to say though, when I went on StubHub, weirdly enough, like the 11th is the last day tickets were up for December, but I noticed that they had January shows, and I'm not sure if
Mm.
like StubHub didn't get the memo that they're ending or what's going on there, but that was really weird to
Interesting.
me. Yeah, but
They're
for
just trying to make money. I'm like,
exactly.
yes, there is a K-pop musical. Will it be actual Broadway? We do not know. Will it be anything? We also don't know.
Will it
Just
happen?
show up. Just see.
Who knows? That's part of the
You
fun.
know?
Um,
Buy the ticket.
but yeah, it just seems what from what I was reading in the chat, because yeah, it does really seem that interest probably ticked up. But what I was reading on like Reddit and stuff like that, a lot of people said it seemed like maybe they were biting off more they could chew than they could
Mm.
chew, with like the venue they booked for it and things like that. And so maybe it's one of those things that they have to end abruptly because they literally don't have the money to like
Yeah.
upkeep, you know, all the different things they have to pay for like production wise, which would be really really sad. um
Oh.
but yeah. uh so okay, there's a couple other things here I wanted to talk about, so I'm just gonna talk about them. So like I mentioned, the closing was like abrupt and a lot of people saw it as unusual, and some people are citing that there was a particularly negative um review from New York Times theater critic Jesse Green. Now people called him out and said that his review is racist. I didn't get to read it, so I know,
Yeah.
bad journalism, guys. I'm sorry. But people, like, while that was a bomb, I think in this article they were implying that maybe that had some effect on how it was perceived. But they also noted in this article that it was struggling in the box office before that review even happened. So it might have just been like they weren't be able to fill seats. And then for this final performance, on December 11th, it will be dedicated to the Asian American and Pacific Islander community, and it will feature a panel discussion that celebrates and reflects on AAPI representation on the Broadway stage. Also, it was announced that there's going to be an original Broadway cast recording that drops in February. So one of the things I wanted to, maybe Jazz, you could probably talk to this fact about that Reddit comment that talked about how they had to make a lot of changes to the original, what the plot originally was, and how that kind of may have dampened the actual story. Because a lot of the critiques I was seeing is that while the music and the dancing and things were nice, the actual plot was like not that interesting.
Deep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
within
And
itself.
it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Should I just read the comment?
Oh, you can accredit it. Yeah, to the
I
whoever.
don't even know. Is that like Loweld?
Lowell. Okay, yeah, I think so.
So somebody on Reddit, like, they basically wrote, it started out as an off-Broadway immersive theater where you would meet a company director and his wife, and who would tell you they were trying to break into the US with one of their acts. The audience was then split up into three, and you would either follow a female soloist, a boy group, or a girl group through their own storyline. You would go to dance classes, see them in the studio, etc. The immersive version of it was really well reviewed. Even Lin-Manuel Miranda was telling people to go to it. But when they moved to Broadway, they had to drop all the immersive staging and rewrote the plot, so it was basically all about the soloist and the boy group and almost cut out the girl group. So they ended up feeling shoehorned in, while the soloist plot and the boy group plot felt disconnected. So it seems like it was just like very like a good idea for like smaller like crowd, and once it got to Broadway, it was like they couldn't maintain that type of like immersiveness. So it just they changed stuff and they didn't change the right stuff. So it just ended up
Exactly.
not great.
Like, how dare you cut the girl group out of everyone? No, let me stop.
I mean, smart decision,
How
but
dare.
what I would say at least make it make sense when they get introduced or something. I don't know. I don't know how badly it was or what the actual problem was since I didn't see it. But yeah. Make sure everything connects.
Exactly. Yeah, from what this person's comment outlined, it seemed like it was literally three separate stories that didn't have anything to do with that they suddenly had to do with each other. And I the thing is, I can get why they cut it, because it would be really really hard to be like, okay, this is 3 shows, I guess, that would come like that seems like very, very
Mm.
hard to keep it as immersive as it was for a Broadway, like what musical. But like I feel like, yeah, it's like suddenly just trying to throw it in all together when specifically it was supposed to be, received and viewed in a certain way, especially how cool that original idea, the original off-Broadway version sounded. Maybe it's just like
Yeah.
a testament that not everything needs to be on Broadway, not in the sense that it doesn't
Yeah.
deserve to be on Broadway, but like there's limitations when it reaches that point. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello Fairy, welcome to the chat. I'm gonna go through the chat comments. Fairy says, I heard the music. Oh wait, let me bring this up. Barry says, heard that the music wasn't that good though. Interesting.
I will say I didn't like that one song they did
Yeah, I was
at
gonna
GMA.
say.
It was mainly, they just sounded like they were Broadway singers trying to sing K-pop, and I was like, everybody calm down. I don't need like Princess Jasmine singing like a K-pop song. Like, it's pretty, I get it, your voice is amazing, but we don't need that. That's not what this is.
This makes me want to see it myself even more though, because I do I don't know, I'm a very musical, like I love the ways that musicals usually sound. I also wasn't too found out that GMA, but if that was the only song kind of like that, in general, I would love to see how they marry like a K-pop sound with like a musical sound. But I just want to be able to give my own opinion on what I thought and felt about it. It sucks that original like off-Broadway immersive experience version is no longer able, and maybe, and I think you put this in as a discussion question, maybe it can go back off Broadway and reinstate the original vision, because yeah, that sounds a lot cooler than cutting out the girl group altogether. But yeah.
That's not the problem. That's not the problem. Sorry.
Yeah. Tiffany says, I honestly didn't know the musical existed, so maybe one of the issues was lack of proper promotion.
Oh, really?
I will agree with you, Tiffany, but I'll even take it to another level where I heard of it, but only in the sense of, oh my god, this wacky K-pop musical on, like, it was promoted in like a wacky type way. And I don't know if it was because I was only reading headlines in passing, if it was the wrong people writing about it that kept popping. But I agree, for somebody who consumes so much like K-pop media, I'm surprised, like, and maybe there were like Soompi articles, all K-pop articles, blah blah, I just didn't see it, and the people that I was being fed were the people who were being like, K-pop goes musical. You're
like, that's how I introduced it. I was like, look at this. What is this?
wacky. But yeah, I agree, because like I said, like, I'm surprised that just off the strength of being about K-pop and having LOONA in it, like, people weren't like, we gotta go see this. Like, the K-pop fans far and wide weren't like, we gotta go like view this or whatever. And $67, that's pretty affordable, especially because like I know like Hamilton at one point was like $5,000 or something just to see it. So
they should have put LOONA up in the front, because like I honestly, like, as I told you, I didn't even know she was in it. I only knew Kevin was in it, because I swear that's like all they would show is him, because he was like the main guy in the boy group. Maybe I don't even know, but I didn't even notice LOONA was there.
Yeah,
they should have just like shoved that in my face.
I definitely think maybe they weren't like advertising to like everyone, and they were advertising enough. Hwasung says, sounds like the immersive version also encouraged you to see it multiple times.
Yeah.
Ooh. Which make
they need to go back. But I hope they didn't lose so much money. Maybe I'm hoping they saved enough that they can go back.
Yeah. Go back from the beginning. Go back.
Like a back out plan. Just like
but that's literally so genius. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So it seems like the immersive version was literally living in 3008 while we were all in 2022, unfortunately. Royally said, it's unfortunate because the last week they had shows all the way till March, I think next year, and now the last show's on Sunday. Okay, so the last show is on Sunday. Maybe StubHub is just not updated then. But yeah. Leon says, I vaguely remember reading about it on Soompi once, specifically that LOONA was going to be on it, then completely forgetting about it until y'all brought it up last week.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sometimes you really got to just hammer it over the head, Cause yeah, I'm surprised like, you know, other K-pop YouTubers weren't like going to this as like, I don't know, from a
Yeah.
content perspective. That's very interesting. Pepper Queen says, "Hey Pepper." Says, "Can't imagine K-pop plus theatrical music. And let me be honest, K-pop isn't known for powerful vocals. Don't think it will work well on Broadway."
That's what the problem was. I'm telling you. I was like, she was out here like controlling her breath. Like she was using her diaphragm. I was like, ma'am, no. That's not what they do. They don't hold notes like that.
You were like, "How dare you practice proper technique? Get out of here."
Exactly. I was like, this is too much. And I think like K-pop could work because I feel like pop works in musicals usually sometimes too. Like Disney movies, I think like a lot of their songs kind of sound poppy now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like as long as you make the music emote, I feel like you can do poppy like sounds. I think also what's it called? What's that movie? The Greatest Showman.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's poppy sounding. Like a lot of the music on that. And it worked. So I think it's possible for K-pop to be theatrical.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't do it right.
But again,
from what I've heard.
Yeah, again, that's really why I want to see it, because I want to I guess the cast recording's not coming out till February, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, February.
Yeah, I would really do like a last minute trip to go see it if that was possible.
Tickets.
Yeah, if there are tickets, I would. But the tickets are probably also like $500 now, probably. Like,
oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
Please no.
Jordy says, "I also think Broadway is just inaccessible. It would be cool if we could stream it from afar." Yeah, I definitely think. Because if you, even ticket pricing aside, if you don't live anywhere near New York, you're going to have to get a plane. You're going to have to get a whatever to get there, which can kind of make it like, people will do that for their fave group, but you would also have to be a musical fan or like a LOONA or Kevin fan, but a musical fan as just much as you are a K-pop fan to be like, okay, is it worth it flying across the country to see this?
Yeah, I also think with that, I think New York gets a lot of people that visit, but during the holidays, I'm wondering if not a lot of people are coming to see Broadway shows. Like, I would think maybe this wasn't the right time to try and do Broadway. Maybe like if they tried it in spring so that they had summer where people are actually coming to New York to walk around and like maybe see a play and do all of that. But like in the winter, it's like either people are going home, like staying home because it's the holidays, like it's Thanksgiving, it's all of this. So they're missing out on like people just having freedom during the summer and all of that.
That's
and more
true.
time to do things and more money too.
I think the first show was like in October. Am I wrong? Because
it feels like it was like recent.
Oh, was it?
And I feel like not like, I mean, as in like fall.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I think also it's the preview. I don't know what the difference between previews and its performances are, but
I think previews is like right before the actual.
Okay. Like the public can access.
Allowed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like movies, like when they do like private screenings. I think it's like that.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. The before Broadway version it seems so cool.
Yeah, they need to go back.
Yeah.
Or maybe do traveling versions of it. Maybe if they can't find a place.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Do it as like, I don't know,
like a concert almost.
Yeah.
Really cool.
I was gonna say like an office party thing, like you know how like they do the murder mystery type thing. Instead, they have like a K-pop thing where it's like, oh, we can pick the girl group, we can do that, and like they bring whoever they pick, the boy group, and then they just follow them along.
The boy group will be picked every single time. Don't do this. Well,
you know.
You never know. It is 2022.
No, I'll make sure. I'll join their company just so I'm like, it's a boy group again, guys. I'm so sorry.
Dare you?
You're really just, it's really like the boy groups. So we asked for the girl. No, you didn't. They're busy.
I'm like, propaganda. But yeah, this is unfortunate. If I can find a ticket, I will definitely try to go down and give you all the 411. next show. But if not, that's really
Mhm.
unfortunate, and hopefully they can come back in maybe some different way or something like that in the future, because yeah, this premise seems really interesting. It's just that, like, yeah, I feel like a lot of people weren't aware about it. All right, moving on to the boys. No, just kidding. Actually, this is not the boys, the boys, boys. This is the girls,
And mix,
specifically
and
one
mix, and
girl.
mix, and mix.
The NMIXX. And of course, that here's some LOONA. Just listen. But of
Was
course,
she the soloist? What was her role?
I think she was the soloist, and then Kevin was in the boy group. And then I haven't seen anything from the girl group. So I think the idea, I can see where that person was coming from when they said that the role of the girl group was heavily diminished. Because even like the pictures I was
Mhm.
seeing was mostly of LOONA or the boy group.
But I remember the girl group in the
And
GMA
I think they performed in the
performance.
beginning. But I don't know. The pictures and stuff I was seeing from the show, it just, well, to be fair, I was getting
Mhm.
it from one source, but like still. But
Yeah.
yeah. All right, y'all. We had to talk about this, squirrels, because it shook us all. It shook us all. And of course, I'm referring to the fact that on December 9th, JYP Entertainment announced suddenly and
Was it
randomly.
the ninth? Oh, I guess like it was the ninth
Oh,
there.
was it the 9th in Korea? Yeah, well, the 9th
Yeah.
there.
So I was like, it's the ninth right now. How did
Oh,
that work? I feel
sorry.
like I've been talking about this since yesterday.
So true. Well, yesterday, y'all, let's say that. Yesterday, JYP shocked the nation, nay, the solar system. It sounds like I'm being like sarcastic, but it was a shock. It was everyone was shook when they announced the suddenly that NMIXX member Jinni would be leaving the group and the company, and NMIXX would be continuing as 6 members. So in their statement, they said, and here's the statement for y'all. Hello, this is JYP Entertainment. Jinni, who has been with NMIXX as a member, has left the group due to personal reasons, and her exclusive contract has been terminated. We apologize for causing worry to many fans for this sudden news. Due to this, the planned NMIXX schedules will be carried on as 6 members. We ask for your support in Jinni's new beginning. We ask for answers. There we go. And we ask for answers support for the 6 members who will continue following their dreams with a more with more experienced image. Once again, we apologize to the fans that have been supporting them. Thank you. So this was random because, as you know, NMIXX is a very young group, very new group and I don't think anyone, again, like probably answers can tell me if they peeped anything that would have maybe hinted to this, but for the most part, what I've been seeing, people have been surprised. So like we just heard in the statement that JYP released, it said that she had left the company due to personal reasons and that her exclusive contract had been terminated. However, many people were finding it very suspicious that she's just up and leaving. So I saw some people discussing being like, oh, as a new rookie, do you think they would just terminate her contract like this? And I can understand that suspicion, but I also think it's not like 2009, it's 2022. And I feel like companies,
Mhm.
not to say that company, because we literally just saw the thing with Omega X, but I feel like, they're probably more like, well, if you want to leave, just leave. And I know specifically
Yeah.
like JYP, they don't have like trainee debt and things like that. So maybe it's a bit different. But regardless, a lot of people have been speculating the quote unquote real reason, or maybe the more specific reason behind her departure. And even speculating that they don't think that she just left due to personal reasons. They feel like she got kicked out a la Successor Kajong circa 2014. But anyway, one of the things that have been making people suspicious is that fans dug up the last message that Jennie posted to fans on Bubble, and they were like, this is weird because this message she posted does not seem like the message of somebody who is about to leave due to personal reasons or choose to leave. So the message reads, Answers, thank you so much for coming until the last broadcast. I always receive great strength from you. There was a lot of pre-recording early mornings during the music broadcast. Thank you so much for coming out to cheer for us early in the morning. Like morning, like you are going through the schedule with us. Thanks to you, we've gained so much confidence and strength on stage. She continues, answers who are more like vitamins to us. Thank you and I love you. We NMIXX are by your side, so if you grow tired or worn out, you can take a break and rest under the shade of NMIXX. This girl's good. Talk about some fan. Yes, Jinni. Yes, the fan service. I'm about to stand right now. I want to make more. I want to make more and more and more happy memories with more and more and more answers in the next comeback. Lastly, thank you for supporting NMIXX. Let's continue to make wonderful memories together in the future. There have been so many joyful memories during this promotion period and happy moments. This is why I became an idol. Happiness is not far, right? First of all, I am now energized. Girl, I am an answer. Okay, Jinni. Take me where you want to go. But yeah, so a lot of people are saying this is somebody who's like, girl, we're about to make a comeback next week, not somebody who's about to leave. Now, again, we never know because obviously she's not going to be like, girls, I don't know. Like, imagine going above and she's like, girls, I don't know what to tell you. I'm out of here. But it does seem a little bit, strange.
The opposite.
So what do you think, Jazz? What do you think, chat? Do we think that there's some shadiness behind the scenes on JYP's part? Or do we think that people are trying to look for something that's not there?
I feel like, I don't know. Like, it's just so vague to say that. Like, personal reasons, and then that's it. Like, what? They were fine 2 seconds. You can't just say that and then be like, that's it. Like, at least have her say something. I don't know. Like, it's just, at least have a joint statement together. It seems very weird when it's just one person saying, like, yeah, it was just a disagreement. That was it. Like, what was the disagreement? Like, I didn't even know there was one.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. It's really, it is very, very strange. And again, because I feel like there's speculation obviously that she got kicked out, but I feel like it's hard because that ultimately leads to people being like, okay, if we think she got kicked out, what did she do? And apparently there's people already speculating very negative stuff about her, making up rumors. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword because, if people want to dig to see if there's foul play by JYP, there's also going to people who want to dig to see if there's foul play by Jinni. So it's just kind of like, maybe it is best left at just like saying personal reasons. But again, it just makes it like, what does that mean? Like,
like, I'm pretty sure this happened to, like, well, I wrote it down that, like, it happened to another guy at JYP because JYP said the same thing where I was like, we just terminated Woojin from Stray Kids contract due to personal reasons, and that was all they said. But then, like, rumors sprouted that, like, he sexually harassed someone, and, like, somebody on Twitter, I think, said, like, yeah, he did something to my friend, and so, like, they eventually deleted their stuff, and he was like, he said something where it was like, somebody posted, but now it's deleted, but I don't even know this person.
Oh my God.
I don't know where this came from. So it's like, I feel like this is just saying nothing kind of like makes it open for random things for people to say.
People take advantage.
And I think, like, if it was just not like extremely specific, and maybe like, oh, she wants to go back to school. Oh, she just doesn't want to be in the group anymore. Oh, this happened. Instead of just being like personal reasons, it just sounds like that's so vague.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting. And again, maybe, this is a translation, so maybe there's some context missing, but it's very curt, I think. Like, it does say, we ask you to support for Jinni's new beginnings, which I guess is good, but it's just really like she has to be terminated due to personal reasons. And again, it's hard because it could be at her benefit, trying to keep her privacy and things like that, but also could just be vague to be vague's sense. And like you mentioned, with the Woojin situation, it leads people to interpret what they want to interpret. Funny enough, I was going to compare it, and I think that the Woojin comparison is a way more apt comparison, but I was going to compare it to Somi when she left JYP in 2018, because I feel like their statement was also kind of like very, this is what happened, this is what's happening, Thank you. Like I copied and pasted. It said when she left, "Hello, this is JYP Entertainment. JYP has spoken with our artist Jun So-mi and has come to a mutual agreement to terminate her exclusive contract. We want to sincerely thank our artists and fans who have been with us until now. Thank you." And of course, we know what happened to So-mi. She eventually went to YG's sublabel, the Black Label, which again, we don't know if when she had terminated it, that was already in the works or that's something. But that was a very vague, straightforward statement. And later we got like, it was like, they didn't align with the future of the group and stuff like that. But it does kind of leave, okay, if that happened to So-mi, maybe that's a similar case with Jinni or whatever. But yeah, very, very interesting.
But if that's the case, it just seems like just say that. It's just what's that gonna do? Just saying like we just don't align with where the group is going.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone's gonna be like, "Wow, I'm gonna hate you for that." Like she doesn't align with it. She's moving on. Well, there's no space for you to be like, "Oh well, this happened. This happened." It's just she just didn't want to be in the group anymore.
I feel like though a lot like while like I feel like though that like it sucks because I feel like people are speculating with like vagueness, but I also feel like because I can already see people being like, wow, ungrateful, or like, what are you trying to say? You're better than NMIXX? Like you're too good to do that music? Like if you wanted to leave, what does that say? Because I remember people being very weird. JYP stands, I'm looking at y'all, being very weird when So-mi left, and they took it as a personal attack on themselves and the artist they like. They're like, oh, you think you're too good for JYP? Oh, you think you're too good for Twice? You think like, girl, no, she just wants to leave. So I could see a lot of people, maybe it's just me being like in them K-pop trenders, but I could see a lot of people interpreting that negatively, even if it's just
if I was her, I think I could deal with that with more than people just being like, oh, she did something bad. Yeah. Like I'd rather hear that because it probably would be like, yes, I do think I'm too good for that. Or like,
you're correct.
But thank you. I'm glad you understand. Like that's why I left. We didn't align.
That's
sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
All right, I'm going to jump into chat to say what you got or see what you guys think about this situation. So Fairy says, oh yeah, that last bubble message does not sound like she had any intentions in leaving. Very suspicious. Andre says maybe her idea of the idol life and actual idol life weren't up to her expectations. IDK, this just sounds like hella random since they were just at the mamas. We talk about that a lot, I feel like here. I believe she was a trainee for 6 years. Somebody can correct me. Oh yeah, so it's just very interesting when stuff like this happens because it's like you were probably a trainee since you were a very young kid. That was maybe your dream. Maybe there's a certain idol you looked up to, but having that dream and even going through the trainee period is very different than debuting. So
and people were saying like she like before this comeback or during this comeback or something, or like Dice or something, she was saying like she doesn't feel like she's that great of a dancer, and she's like the lead dancer or the main dancer, but she was thinking like, oh, I don't think I'm that great and blah blah blah. Like she was saying like she didn't feel like she was up to par to what she should be. And I think like some people were saying other examples of like the other members saying similar things
about her.
No, about themselves.
Oh,
the group. Yeah. And so I'm wondering if that could be like maybe something was like the last straw or something. She was like practicing and she's like, this is not getting, I just can't do it anymore.
That's sad. I mean, it's very discouraging, especially when you do, because you, like, for example, you might have been the best dancer in your group or the best dancer out of the trainees, but once you debut, now you're being compared to, like, the Momos and the Sulgis and things like that. So it's not enough to just be the best. So I could definitely see that. It's like that whole phenomenon has, like, of how, like, somebody will be, like, a top, like, 1% a student when they're in high school, but then when they get to college, it's like it's filled with a bunch of 1% students in terms of like GPA and things. So all of a sudden it's like, ooh, but that would be really sad. And I would hope that somebody would encourage that you could, you can get better. Hwasung says, I saw a clip that was apparently from their last fan sign where Jinni is obviously struggling to not cry. So it seems like something was
Oh,
going on. Like it was a bit too sudden for my liking. That's unfortunate. Especially if it relates back to what you were saying about not feeling like she was up to par. Um, a lot of fans were saying that Jinni and Bae had opened up about being depressed on Bubble. So to me, this seems all weird. Why would you say you're excited? Oh, I hope that's not true. Oh God, I hope that it's not all like wrapped up in like being disillusioned after debuting because you feel like you're not enough or you feel like you're not at the
yeah.
level. Gosh, this is really sad, actually. But I could also see just like putting on a front for fans. Oh, well, I
Hmm.
don't know. Because if she was open and honest before with fans, I don't know. That's a lot.
Yeah. Maybe it was like she was just having a good day.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, yeah, I'm excited for this because I feel like that everyone has a good day where they're just like saying, like, this is going to happen. Just like how we were talking, like, at 2 a.m. We're like sitting there, like, we're going to do all this. This is
Yeah.
going to happen. I'm going to do that. I'm going to open a company. Maybe she was like, riding a high and she was just like, yeah, I'm going to post it. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to happen. And then she was just like, well, I don't feel like doing it anymore
Mm,
at the end of the day. So,
that's so sad. Um, Sorry, Daisy just gave me PTSD right now by talking about J Park. Daisy
and
says,
your fave, Jessica.
Successica is how we address her in this podcast. It feels like this is about to be another. About to be one of those K-pop biggest mysteries like SM and Jessica or J Park and 2 p.m. Oh my God. J Park and 2 p.m. That's a real mystery.
I was trying to look that up to see, like, because, like, when I was looking at the Woojin thing, I wanted to see, like, what they said for when he left. And it was basically the same thing they said for Jinni.
Mm-hmm.
Then I looked at Somi's, and I was like, I wonder what they said for J Park. And it looked like, what's his name? JYP wrote, like, a whole entire essay on why he kicked him out on the website. I was like, what is this? He was like, and this is, like, he is a great kid. And, you know, his friends, I was like, what is, I'm not reading all of this.
You're like,
Yeah, I was like, this is a lot.
I mean, it was
And even
messy.
with all that, it's still a mystery.
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean, it
like,
was very
sir, where'd
messy
you rate?
because I think what happened is that a lot of people think it's the MySpace incident that got him kicked out. But if people
Mm.
remember, they actually he did leave Korea, but they actually supported him. They openly supported him and him coming back eventually. But then one day it just like randomly all changed. So I feel like there was
Mm.
something else that maybe happened in between that.
Oh,
So like they were
okay.
being stunt queens about come back, that's her man, until they just weren't. So it's really weird. But there was one point where the Sidus HQ, J Park's label, I think the first label he had after he came back to Korea after leaving 2 p.m. was like, sis, if you want to say what happened, say, like, he was really like a J bum shooter. Like he was like, if you want to say what's happened,
Oh my
girl,
god.
say what's happening. Like he was, yeah, it was crazy. Um Ooh, this is one that doesn't get talked about a lot. So Ju Hyuk from Day 6. I feel like this is really like you get a
Oh,
citizen K-pop senior citizen
I
card if you
forgot about
remember
him.
this, but
And he
um
was my favorite for 2 seconds,
and
and
then
then he
you're
got
like,
kicked out.
"Oh."
And then I was like, well,
But
anyway.
he was like talking to a fan or something, which in
I thought
retrospect,
he was dating.
was he dating a fan? A fan
I
said?
thought he had a girlfriend or
Was it
something.
that?
What?
I know it was a
I
dating
thought that's
related
what it
thing.
was. And maybe it was a fan. I don't know. Maybe it was a fan. That sounds kind of like, huh? Why
Okay,
was.
Ferris says he was dating a fan. I literally covered this story, so the fact that I don't
Oh, okay, he
know,
was. Well, is that really bad?
I think the problem was that the fans were like, you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
no, we're
yeah.
not doing that.
I mean, it is kind of bad, but like,
I mean,
still,
yeah,
you
power
know.
and balance, power and balance. But I remember though, there is a video, and it sucks because I didn't put it in my actual video that I did about this situation because I was like, okay, it's not my video, I don't want to steal it. But I linked it to fans literally giving him, what was her name? Got him. Oh my gosh, who was the member that got kicked out of the Seraphim?
Adam?
Garam. Yeah, Garam-esque, not giving any reaction when he would speak or like do stuff. Like they were giving him the cold shoulder. So JYP was probably
Who
like,
is this?
Chuhyuk.
Oh.
So that's probably why they're like, oh, well, they don't even like you anymore, so get out of here. But yeah, I could see the power imbalance thing with the fan though too. Although power imbalance, but tell me why that's a popular, archive of our own plot. Anyway.
Yeah. I swear
like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Check y'all out. But yeah. The JYP dating ban though, it's not a thing anymore though. I feel like out of
Momo was out here dating Heechul for like
that's true.
However long that was. Too long.
It would have been lifted, right? By the time she was, at least with that we knew.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it can't be still there if she's out here doing whatever she wants.
Yeah. And JYP, I feel like they give like the image that they don't do that anymore. Like they're very much like I feel, and maybe it's me buying into their propaganda, but like I don't know, they give me a very like they were like one of the first companies I heard, maybe not the first company that actually did it, that talked about, like mental health resources for their idols. Again, this is just what I heard first. They might have not been the first one to do it.
JYP fan, look at that.
I'm not defending them, but no, just kidding. But they were the first ones I heard of not having a trainee debt, and things like that. So they give me very progressive as a company that ultimately just wants to make money off of these idols at the end of the day. Could give. And I feel like I remember hearing that they don't really have a dating ban like that, at least anymore. But again, I am a JYP stan, a JYP robot, so they can do nothing wrong. But yeah.
Wait, sorry, this is just hit me. How did they know that Joohyuk's girlfriend was a fan?
That is a great question. Y'all, should we watch my video? I'm
so confused.
Maybe she was
probably like ran a whole entire like fan club. Like, how?
I think maybe it was like, if you're dating your fave, you're not gonna keep that quiet. So maybe it was like she was dropping.
And you should
it's Junhyuk. Junhyuk.
Okay. Look at me, and I was supposed to be a fan. One day, I was a fan, and then I just erased his name from my mind.
Oh, he's older than me. Okay, hey Junhyuk, but don't they fans? Okay. On February 27th, 2016, it was announced that Junhyuk left the company due to personal reasons. There were rumors that JYP actually terminated his contract because he was dating a fan despite the ban. So that was rumors.
So is this a rumor too? Let's see. This is what I'm telling. Like, just say why they left. I don't care. Like, now I'm like, is that real? Like, was that even, or were we just all just saying this because someone said it?
Okay, wait a second, because again, this is a Reddit tea, but I'm just gonna believe it because it's on the personal Reddit page. Y'all, disclaimer, this is the Gossip Podcast. No real journalists exist on this podcast. Please don't hold me accountable. This is just, sitting back, relaxing. I'm accountable. This is just us sit backing, relaxing, and kikiing, okay? So I'm going to preface it with this, but let me give credit where the credit's due because the tea is not my own to share. Okay, so I just popped open their Reddit and somebody posted, why did Jinhyuk leave day 6? And this was posted just last year, so it's fresh tea, y'all. So don't say I didn't do anything for you. I didn't, because I just looked this up. I didn't do absolutely anything for you.
Google did it,
I Googled it. So this person is maybe spilling the tea. This is insane. But they said there's a bit more information that not many international My Days, their fans, no, due to mistranslations and also Korean my days tend to be quieter about this incident. Essentially, a fan wanted to date Wonpil, started dating Jun Hyuk. The two of them suddenly started a Lovestagram of them posting similar pictures of things without their faces in it. She would tag the locations and fans would obviously come gather. Later on, she leaked all his messages saying things like, I love you so much. I'd leave the Mama was on a mission. I'd leave the band for you. I'd do this for you, etc. JYP has a strict no dating policy for 3 years once you debut to help you focus on your career. He broke the policy, so unfortunately he had to go. And then they give their opinion on like the dating ban and say that he almost made a mistake. Okay, etc. etc. They seem like they're slandering him.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay, maybe this is kind of a biased depiction. Especially
What
is this telenovela of Wonpil wanting to date Wonpil?
That's funny. You know what's funny is that Wonpil's now my favorite from Day 6. That's hilarious.
It's you.
I know it was me. You know, I went to Korea, shared all our like messages in Korean because I can speak Korean. So.
Oh, these are her bubble messages. I forgot to share that. But yeah, okay. Maybe it's a bit of a delusional tea, but tea nonetheless. That's crazy if that's still a thing. I feel like that's inhumane. When Twice started dating, their dating ban was listed.
Yeah, I'm realizing after that I said 3 years. So it's a 3-year ban on people.
I'd be dating. I don't care.
And then you'd be kicked out.
Especially if I was a popular member, I'd be like, who you kicking out, sis? Not me. Kick out your mama. Kick out your uncle.
Then I feel like you definitely would be dating a fan if you're the most popular one.
No, I wouldn't date a fan. I would date.
But how would you know?
No, I would date.
Because if you're the most popular, how do people not know who you are?
I would date somebody else who's an idol.
But they could still be a fan.
True. I'm like, are you a fan of me? Be real. And they're like, no. And I'm like, you passed the test.
I'm like, I don't like you. I don't even know why I'm dating you. Honestly, what is this? Let's break up.
That's what I would do. Oh my gosh. So, you know Sunny? Sun Hyun-min? Hyun-min?
Who?
The soccer player? Sunny, the soccer player?
Is that the one that everyone thinks is really good looking?
No, that's someone else. I actually think the Sunny guy, they call him Sunny, I guess, in Britain or whatever. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not cultured. But he, Sun Heung-min. He is a soccer player. He plays for the Tottenham Hotspurs. My little British accent.
Wait, he's like from England?
No, he's originally Korean, but he plays for the Tottenham Hotspurs. But he also is like the captain of the Korean team. I don't know how that works, girls.
Wait, what? Wait. That seems...
It's confusing. Somebody who actually knows about sports and soccer in particular, please educate us because we need to get...
It's probably like the Olympics, where it's like in the Olympics you can pick whatever affiliation you want.
The Asian Games?
No, like the Olympics. It's like in the Olympics you could be American and be like, but I'm going to play for England because my grandma was from England. Well, and then you just do whatever you want.
I think he plays for the Tottenham Hotspurs. Like he's in the Premier League. I don't know. Please, soccer players, please don't come for me.
Hotspurs. Is that what you said?
Hotspurs. Tottenham Hotspurs.
Like SPURS?
Oh, so Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah, that's what it's called.
What is... I'm so confused on what this word is. What is this?
I do not know anything.
How do you spell it? Wait.
Tottenham, TOTTENHAM, and then Hotspurs, HOTSPUR.
What is a Hotspur?
I don't really know.
It's a bird? What am I looking at? I don't understand.
Someone help us. Weird. Help us.
Okay. Hotspur. Like, I'm thinking, like, Spurs, like, a cowboy. I was like, they don't even have cowboys in England. So how would they know what a Hotspur was?
Oh, wait. Okay. Thank you for educating us. Andre says, so he plays for England, but he can play for his home country when it comes to the World Cup and Olympic type things. Okay. So, okay. That makes sense. But anyway, he dated Minna from Girls' Day, like, years ago. Like, I'm talking about, like, 2013, years ago. And I was like, okay, girl. But also when they got outed as a couple, they like broke up pretty soon afterwards because apparently they had only been on a few dates, and then
Oh gosh,
they
so
were
Jenny and Kaya
basically, and I'm like,
original.
yikes. That would tick me off. That's why I would not want to date like people. Like if you went on a casual date and they're like, are y'all getting married? I'm like, well, no, we're not. I was trying to secure the bag because I would date
You ruined it.
I would date a athlete.
Soiled it. Also, a hotspur is a rash.
A rash?
So I don't know why the heck a rash.
Even
like
worse.
A rash. Like, why would you? Oh no. Okay, no. I read. Let me not read. Tell me how I don't know how to read a sentence. It's a rash, impetuous person.
Not you being like, you get. Wait, what? You didn't see the rest of the sentence.
It's a rash, impetuous person. So like
not an actual.
Not a rash.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like that.
I think like the way I read it, I was like thinking it was like rash, or it's an impetuous person, but no. What is impetuous?
It's just one
acting
of those words
or
people
done
say
quickly and without thought or care.
I feel like impetuous is just one of those things people say without actually knowing what it means. They're like, it kind of fits here. Also, yes,
Yeah,
Tiffany
like
clocked me. Chicken salad. Have you seen that chicken salad TikTok?
I think I've heard you see this because like I don't know what this is.
Not you.
It sounds familiar.
Where that girl's like, where the guy's like, "What you got?" And she's like, "Or what's that?" And she says, "A chicken salad." And then he's like,
I saw some girl like do it for teachers. Like she went to her school and she was like, "Hey, Mr. Blah blah blah, finish this." And then like it was like what you eating or something? And like they would have to say a chicken salad, but some people would be like, nothing, or like they just didn't know what it was, because I would also say nothing.
Are you chronically online? The test.
Yeah. And some people, I think like a couple of people said it, but I didn't know what it was. I don't think I've ever seen the video.
It's just some lady, like it was actually a promotional video for some like deli or whatever. And so it's like they have this video and this woman, the guy's asking, "What are you eating?" She's like, or he's like, "What's that?" And she's like, "A chicken salad." And just the way she says it, and she does the like, I'm chewing right now, so let me real quick. Chicken salad, and then he's like, "Where'd you get it from?" And then she says the place, and I'm just like, imagine being a legend. Because she just did that. So I feel
like I have to see this video, because even after you described it, I'm still like, what? How did this get popular?
It's just like,
because like when I was listening to these people say like it's a chicken salad, I'm like, that doesn't even sound funny. Like, what am I supposed to be laughing at in this moment?
Okay. Thank you, Tiffany. I did it all wrong. So she's like, "Y'all better come get one of these." And then he's like, "What's that?" Like,
okay.
"A chicken salad."
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. The guy was like saying, "Y'all come get one of these," and then you'd have to say a chicken salad. But I'm still like,
it's just you had to be there.
Oh, yeah, I think that's what it is. I missed it.
I wasn't there either, but
I missed the moment online because I'm behind.
All right, so moving on. Shout out to the girls. I hope Jinni is doing well. We are going to move on to some sad news about the fact that some NCT members have been hospitalized after an accident. So essentially, this accident occurred when they were shooting a CF. And so during the CF, it included, I guess, the members being positioned on a jungle gym, which was 2 meters tall. And I guess something happened where 3 members were taken to the hospital. Or was it 3? Were 3 of them? So it was Taeil, Johnny.
The ones that you have there went
to the
hospital.
So yeah, it was 4 members that were actually involved in the situation, but it was only Johnny, Jaehyun, and Jungwoo who sustained injuries, and thus when this jungle gym set collapsed, and thus had to go to the hospital. So it all started when SM officially released a statement saying that today, Johnny, on the day it happened, Johnny, which was December 9th, KST, today Johnny, Jaehyun, and Jungwoo sustained injuries as the jungle gym structure collapsed during their advertisement filming. They were taken to the hospital right after the injuries and are undergoing tests and treatment, but will require detailed examinations. We will announce the detailed test results once the examinations have finished. They then followed up this statement, apologizing and adding, on the set of their advertisement, there's an incident as the jungle gym structure that members Taeil, Johnny, Jaehyun, and Jungwoo had climbed collapsed. Among the 4 members, Taeil slipped and fell and fortunately is in mild condition. As he had no discomfort, he expressed his intent to rest and not go to the hospital. So he is currently resting and after returning home. If symptoms do occur later, we planned to receive hospital treatment right away. And then so they recently shared a final update, not a final, but they had a more recent update that they released, basically saying, after the incident on December 9th during the advertisement filming, Johnny, Jaehyun, and Jungwoo underwent detailed examinations at the hospital. The examination results thankfully showed nothing other than minor bruises, and they've all returned home. However, we will make the members' health our top priority, and they plan to rest so no after effects develop. As a result, we've decided to postpone NCT 127's pre-recording schedule for 2023 SM Live SMU Palace at Kwangya. Too many words. That was planned for December 13th. So it seems for the most part, it wasn't super major stuff, but they will need to rest up. This was really scary because for some reason, and again, I know that like when things first happen like this, we don't get a lot of information, but it was just like 4 members of NCT hospitalized, and I was like, ah!
Yeah,
like it was crazy.
Oh my God. Sorry. Your reaction.
Like I was scared, and they were being so secretive about it. It scared me.
I just thought it was like so similar to what happened to Wendy. Like it was also 2 meters. It also was in December. Luckily, they didn't like sustain any real like injuries, like that were bad enough that they had to stay at the hospital or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they can continue on, but I think like Wendy like broke stuff. Like I think she broke her cheekbone or something, and all of that.
That's scary.
So,
that's scary though. Now that you point out those similarities, holy crap!
Yeah.
Yikes. Oh
So
God.
it's scary what can happen if you land the wrong way.
Yeah.
From 2 meters.
Oh, thank you, Leanne. Also, okay, Andre's saying Puma Korea put out an apology statement tonight. Oh, so that was the advertisement they were filming. Yikes. Yeah. Because that's really... It collapsing? What's going on? That's really scary. What were you going to say?
No, nothing.
Oh.
Also, I just saw that Leanne said that Hotspur means rabies.
Who makes these names? I just want to have a chat. Because it's giving
Very
porn.
interesting.
That's gross.
Well.
But yeah, I don't know. It always, okay, this is going to be morbid, so trigger warning for morbidity. But every time I go over any type of structure, because when I was in like my engineering classes, when I was in college, like, you know, you do a lot of ethics classes and like stuff like that, and then they talk about, so there was this one class where like one day we just talked about a bunch of disasters that have happened like to structural structures and engineering, as a kind of like, this is why it's important that you like are doing it properly because you can hurt people. And so like it's crazy stuff, like a building just collapsing, or like a bridge breaking down. And so I always get very, very like, there's like a specific bridge that's over like a river or whatever that I have to drive to over a lot, and I'm just like, okay, if this crumbles, I need to unhook my seatbelt, jump out the front, like swim. Like I always think about that, and so like something like this happening, I would literally be like, no, like
it's happening.
like I always prepare. I'm like, okay, if you start to feel crumble, what's the first thing you do? Like literally,
it's like me when I was like a kid. I used to be like, if there was a fire, what would I do? And I used to like, I have like a lot of stuffed animals, and I used to sleep with stuffed animals, and I used to be like, okay, maybe to save them, I'll just keep them in my pants. Like I would like have them sticking out, and I'm like, so if there's a fire, I can just get up and just jump out the window.
and they'll break your fall. Wait.
No, there's no breaking the fall. I was just like, I'm just jumping out the window. Like I actually have like a thing like outside my window that I was like, I can jump on that. Then I can jump to the ground and everything's good.
God. I don't know if it's
My
cute or
sister had like
scary. You planned this.
my sister had an elaborate plan because she had a dog, and she was like, "All right, I'm gonna get the sheets. I'm gonna tie them together. I'm gonna tie it around the like my dog. I'm gonna lower him down." Like
Okay.
she thought about it too. So I was like, at least I'm not alone, and just having a fear that there's gonna be a fire one day, and I'm gonna have to just jump through, jump through the window.
I just love how it's like, okay, how do we get the stuffed animals out? Because
They're important. At least I like 10-year-old me was like, I got it. Like, and they all had names. I still have them too.
aw, that's cute.
Ooh,
Oopsies. So Twitch is really
the
hating.
J show.
Yep. It's so big. That Twitch did that. Twitch's energy did that. Okay, so apparently Liam was playing us and it is not rabies. Soccer fans are gonna come for all of us, Liam. They got us on their hit list now.
No.
No. Oh gosh. Let's see. For some reason, oop, my mouse sucks. I'm just gonna say that and leave it there. But yeah, overall, it seems like they're resting up. So hopefully, we'll get news soon. That they're all better and all of any of their ailments have healed. All right. So, wow, I really just lost this thing. Okay. Anyway, moving on to some messy news. Now, to the naked eye, it's not messy because, the naked eye thinks normally and knows that to the average person, this is something to celebrate, to cheer. Hold on, I real quick have to find wherever this thing is because
Who's
Jasmine,
next?
what's your what's your favorite what's your favorite anime?
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Oh my gosh. Snooze! Brotherhood or
You haven't even watched it. Both.
I watched the original, not Brotherhood.
I love the original. Brotherhood's good too. Like too. I think because I grew up watching the original, it's probably my favorite. But Brotherhood is definitely very, very good.
I'll say as somebody who did not watch Brotherhood, but watched like the original, it's very interesting to see people who say the Brotherhood is better or like comparative because I feel like you don't really hear that a lot. So it does make me
Mm.
interested in watching it, but also I have the attention span of two pieces of toast.
I mean,
So
you watch more than I do, so
I don't know. I just get in
I-
eras. Like I'll start an era
Mm,
and I'll be like, okay, this is my K-drama era and I'll watch 1952 K-dramas. And I'll be like, then I'll never watch one again until
still better than me. It's like this is my era to watch K dramas, and it'll be one drama, and then I'll be like, well, that's enough reading for me. Now I won't watch anything. Like, it's
True.
very bad. I have errors with video games though.
Oh yeah. The fact that you finished Elden Ring in 2 nights. Just kidding. But
Psych. That consumed my soul for like 3 months. It was too much.
but still, I feel like that takes a lot of dedication and like focus and
It was too much. Too much dedication that I should have been using for work, other things. Do it like getting my life together. Instead, I was
Listen.
like, nope. I need to beat Millennia. If I don't beat her tonight, I'm not. I can't. I can't exist.
I'm not allowed in this galaxy anymore, actually. But honestly, that is a
Exactly.
flex because I feel like not many gamers that claim to be, quintessential gamers can even say that. So you're an official gamer girl. Congrats.
I try.
Let's see. Okay, Andre says I can't watch FMA anymore because he who must not be named. I watched
Oh,
Brotherhood because it's I was like, who must
but
not
like,
who is he? Watch the dub. I mean, watch the sub. I mean, yeah, the
no,
subbed.
no, no.
Stop.
I'm gonna watch the dubbed until the day I die. Like, so I'm too. It's his voice is so good though.
I haven't watched the dub
You
or the sub to
know.
be compare.
Hmm?
I haven't watched the sub to compare, so I don't know how it.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched the subbed either. But I already know that my brain would be like, but that's not how he sounds. So this is weird.
True. Um,
I also doesn't he sound like a younger in the subbed? I think I heard him once and was
he
like,
was already a 50-year-old man when he first recorded it, so how? No shade to my 50-year-olds because we out here. I'm
he
gonna
was
be
a
52.
50-year-old man. He sounded like a nice 30-year-old. Calm down. Double his age, but still.
I do be cackling. I'll say I think his voice was age appropriate for Ed, but sometimes I'd be watching these animes and I'm like, okay, this not Full Metal, My Hero Academia, My Hero Macadamia Nuts, literally, all those dudes sound 50. Like all of them sound
I've
35 with
never
two
watched.
kids and a mortgage. Every single one of them. I'm like, these are no
Oh
15-year-olds.
no.
They're supposed to be kids, like 15-year-old high schoolers, and they all sound, except maybe Deku, they all sound a smooth 35 with two mortgages. So I'm not quite sure what the casting energy was like, but none of them sound like children. Okay? It makes no sense. Anyway.
Now I'm very interested in watching this because I've never watched.
It's just literally they all sound like grown men. It doesn't make
like even even the subbed one.
I haven't, to be fair, I haven't watched the sub, so I'm gonna give the sub a peek to see if that grown men energy and 15-year-olds bodies is, they were like, we're just doing.
I'm just expecting like a man just be like, a teenage guy just sounding like, I'm about to fight you. Get back here.
It's
like
true.
Some type of old man.
People are about to say some stuff in the chat, but please try to convince me Todoroki doesn't sound like he has 3 children. Stop. Okay? Be
Somebody
honest.
said Bakugo sounding like he smokes 5 packs of cigarettes a day. So what, he sounds like how I sound? Like what I meant.
Okay. I thought y'all were finna be delusional.
I have to watch this show.
I thought you guys were gonna be delusional, but good that we're all on the same page. Sometimes I'm like,
that's really
okay. Like, make it make sense. You can't. All right, moving on to our next story. Okay, so look, y'all, look at it. Oops. Apparently we are getting our first BTS. What did I say? BTSX Big Bang.
Say anything.
Big Bang collab. Yes, you heard it here first. Literally, we're breaking the story. Just kidding. I got it from Soupy and r/Kpop. So according to a bunch of industry insiders, that were reporting this on the 9th, Jimin of BTS will join Taeyoung from Big Bang as a feature for one of the tracks on his upcoming solo album that is apparently alleged to be coming out next year. So people are like, ooh, what's going on? But that same day, YG Entertainment actually responded to this report. Now, they simply said, we're currently checking whether it's true. But still, the fact that they're just like, who? Well, that one thing where it's like, I said, where? With who?
Who?
Where? That asking all them questions.
Yeah.
For some reason,
why
that's
you
a trend.
asking all them questions?
Yeah. It's a trend on TikTok, and I'm like, that came out in 200 BC. Why y'all suddenly doing that? But yeah, Big Hit Music / Hive has yet to comment on this Ruben collab. Now, again, because I am who I am, I was like,
who I am, what I am. Ew, is that what you were doing? Stop.
I started choking. Oh,
I know, that's what I was expecting to happen. I was like, oh my gosh.
Also, my tongue is blue because I'm drinking the Seagrams, and I regret it because I hate having blue tongue. So I'm just being open and honest. Yeah, so we might be getting this collab. Now, before we talk about this stuff that's important, like, what do we think this is going to sound like? How do we think that the voices are going to gel? What genre are they going to do? Let's talk about how this is juicy, because VIPs and ARMY notoriously hate each other's guts. Now, obviously, if you are an adult such as ourselves and you don't participate in the fan wars, you're probably like, huh? But on a more messy note, we know for some reason they've been beefing since 1993. So, how do you think that the individual members or the individual fans are taking this? Like, how do you think this is going to be perceived by the fandoms? Not people who are well-adjusted, the crazy people that, hate the other fandom, and et cetera, et cetera.
I think the fact that Jimin likes Taeyong and all that trumps any hatred towards the fandom of Big Bang.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't think there's gonna be much drama, except for maybe when the song comes out, they're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, Jimin saves this song" or something, or Taeyong saves this song, or like Taeyong should have done this by himself, or there might be something like that that goes on. But like for now, I think they're just like, "Oh, this is Jimin's like dream. Like this is so cute. Oh, there's a fan that loved Taeyong. This is great. This is so cute." Like, yeah, right now it's cute, but like I don't know, it could turn bad any second.
I I I wholeheartedly agree. I think they're like one side's waiting to be messy, but I don't know. I feel like maybe like VIPs have chilled. I feel like Army don't feel threatened or anything like that. So it might stay cordial. And I also think that and correct me if I'm wrong, but in terms of the problematic things that Big Bang members, have done, like obviously Sungri trash jail, but like out of the other things, I feel like Taeyong is seen as the relatively clean one to people who, usually bring up, things that Big Bang has done. So maybe people don't see him as like in the same way they do when they cast that lens on Big Bang. But I also think it's interesting because like right now you mentioned that like Taeyong being a fan of Jimin. I feel like even I have somewhat been brainwashed as to like how much of an influence and fan BTS have been as Big Bang, because I know they have mentioned it, but I think after the fan wars and things like that, and after some controversies like the whole no signal thing and et cetera, I don't think they mention as much. And I do think that there's some retroactive scrubbing by fans of a certain group of let me not even say it, of some army, with how much influence. And to be fair, they've been out for years. They've mentioned a lot of it, like they've mentioned a bunch of other influences. They've done so many things. People can change, but I do think that there's a lot of people who will deny them ever mentioning whichever members it was, being fans of Big Bang or being inspired for Big Bang, because they don't like that idea. So it is interesting. I wonder how much people will acknowledge that, and I wonder if people who are so bent on feeling like their fave hates Big Bang like they do, or doesn't like Big Bang as much as they do, or doesn't see them as anything, will feel, and vice versa, people who think, oh, my fave in Taeyong is so much better than BTS members, blah blah blah, they're probably gonna say positive things about each other, and some people just don't like that. Honestly, that needs to stop though. Like the projection that I don't like this group, so my fave also doesn't like them, in this idealized version of them that I've made in my head. That's very delusional. And even if it is like you have like a reason that varies on them being problematic or some way or somehow, you can't still ascribe that to your fave. They might not care in the way you do, and that's something you're gonna have to deal with. But yeah, I don't know. I thought, wait, huh? Speaking of Big Bang, can we talk about Top is going
I was looking at that.
I saw that, but I thought he was joking. I thought that was a joke. A goof. Oh, no, wait, let me.
Is that real?
I saw somebody was talking about the SpaceX thing, but I thought it was like if he were to go on it, what he would do. He's always been a bit eclectic.
Oh. Big Bang's top to become first South Korean to visit the moon.
What?
Steve Aoki, top to go to Dear Moon SpaceX trip with Maezawa.
What is going on? First of all, how did I miss this? Second of all, huh? What in the world? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? It's like, no.
That's what I was thinking.
On December 9th, it was confirmed Top will be participating in the Dear Moon project, a lunar tourism project that from Elon Musk's company SpaceX. The goal of Dear Moon is to accomplish the first ever expedition to the moon with private civilians, and Top will be. Well, is that really a private civilian? That's like a famous person. Will participate in the project as one of 8 crew members. I'm so excited. He's saying, I'm so honored to have been selected. What? That is crazy. Okay, well, Top is going to the moon, y'all. That was not on my 2022 bingo card, but
Oh, you're like, I thought that was a joke.
me too. I truly did. Teddy said,
I just flipped the page.
I really did. I was like, okay.
I was like, haha, funny. Anyway, you're so funny, Top.
Y'all are asking this man randomly about space. Ha ha ha. Teddy says, wow, celebrities are taking casual spaceship rides. Well, we really are living in the future. True.
I think it's like, what do they do? Like, do they just look at the moon? They're like,
wow. I guess.
It's the moon. It's not cheese. Anyway, let's go back.
That sure is the moon. Let's go.
Like, I don't think I would risk my life for this.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm just to see the moon a little bit closer.
Yeah, well, that is I did not know that piece of information. That's pretty funny, but
cool.
But yeah, I would be excited for a Jimin Taeyeon collab. I think it would be cute.
Is it weird? Okay, am I the only one that thinks that they look similar?
Well, now
like I've thought this for so long. I think ever since I got into BTS, I was like, he's like a mini. Well, not, I don't mean Taeyoung's already small, but he's like a young little Taeyong.
A youthful.
Yeah, like they just had similar, like their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Something, I don't know, something about them. It's a head, not even the head shape. I don't even know. Something about them just gives me the same
energy
or something. Yeah,
cute short dancers.
That's true. Yeah, maybe that's it. That's simple.
I'm sorry. Hwasung says, good for him, but what the hell?
I mean, yes.
Oh, God. Jordy says, now why would you trust Elon Musk at a time like
Is it Elon Musk or is that?
I think he's the one who owns the SpaceX company, but hopefully he's just like
what's his name own? The other guy.
I think he's just a billionaire.
Jeff Bezos?
Oh, Jeff Bezos owns Amazon.
And Virgin. Isn't the Virgin Airlines
Marlon
guy
Brando?
own one?
No. Branson, Marlon Branson. I don't know who you're talking about. That guy. He's like Australian or something.
I didn't know that what's his name had one. Elon.
I mean, that's like one of the reasons he's popular, right? I don't know. I don't know that young man.
I thought it was his cars. I thought he was at Tesla.
He has Tesla, but I think SpaceX was first. I don't know that young man though, so don't quote me. Everyone.
I'm gonna quote this.
If I get a Wikipedia
don't
article.
Quote me, quoted by.
It's the only thing. All right, y'all. So I will be keeping my ear to the K-pop streets for this collab. All right, for the last topic of the day, we're talking about BLACKPINK in their energy. What? BLACKPINK is the enemy to some of y'all, because some of y'all be ops and some of y'all be haters. No, but BLACKPINK makes history by becoming Time Magazine's Entertainment of the Year. So for some background, Time Magazine is a magazine.
Time.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it has time. And essentially at the end of every year, they do this list of most influential people of the year. So they have like entertainer and they have other categories. But people were delighted to see that they named BLACKPINK as the 2022 Entertainer of the Year. And BLACKPINK winning this makes them the first girl group in the world to be ever named Entertainer of the Year. So not just K-pop girl group, ever. There had never been a girl group ever prior to that had been named Entertainer of the Year. They also are the second K-pop act to earn this title, following BTS, who won Entertainer of the Year back in 2018. So as you can probably guess, while some people are excited, me and the Blinks, we were like, yes, our girls ate no crumbs left this year. A lot of people were like, okay, but her, like, It was the dragation. I was appalled, okay? Not only were people being like, oh, Blackpink, out of everyone who entertained this year, we're giving it to Blackpink. But a lot of people were saying this wasn't even Blackpink's best year. So how does it make sense they won? Now I did find some tings. Is it more beautiful pictures? So this was from the Instagram post, Times Instagram post about the issue, or about them nominating and awarding them Time Entertainer of the Year. They said Blackpink has managed to become the biggest girl group in the world precisely by allowing its members Jisoo, Rose, Jennie, and Lisa to be solo stars in their own right. The group may be bigger than the sum of its parts, but each of its parts is bigger than most other pop groups' combined efforts. Dang, a little shit. Did I blink right this? As the culture becomes more stratified, Blackpink has managed to succeed by demanding our attention everywhere. We have attention to give, not just in our headphones, but also in fashion and on our screens. And so I also saw this clip. I don't know if I took a... Okay. I also saw this.
Ooh, who's that? We might want to go to that one.
Don't worry, I'll delete it. Don't worry. There was also a user on Reddit, Marvelous Run.
Miss Maisel? Oh.
Miss Maisel. Who took or quoted, so apparently the video producer for Time magazine posted on their Instagram story. And so by the time I saw this, the story had expired, so I couldn't see it. But according to this Reddit post, they stated along the lines, something along the lines of, for years, I've pitched Blackpink for various Time franchises, not because I'm a fan, but because Blackpink is a phenomenon and has evolved into a global brand of their own. So yeah, some reasonings as to why the Pinks, succeeded where your faves did not. I'm just kidding. I'm giving bling tonight, all right? No, I'm just playing. I'm just being messy.
Is that why you wearing Blackpink?
No. But yeah, but what are your thoughts, Jazz? Because you have one comment here. Interesting.
I think you said there was a second group of people where it was like, this wasn't even their best year. And that's where I lie. Like, I get it, popular group, great. But were they the best entertainer of this year? And are they even like the best girl group? Like, entertainers? Up for debate. Like, the fact that they got it, and I feel like Spice Girls was running the world at one point. There was Destiny's Child, there is TLC, like, and then it was Blackpink. It took that long? That's one issue. The other ones is it's just not their best year in my opinion. So it's like, it's weird that they got it for this. It's kind of like when Leonardo DiCaprio got his Academy Award and we're like, for The Revenant?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he should have gotten it a while ago, but you know, here we are. He's just giving it because he needs it.
It is interesting. Now I'm looking up past winners of the years to see what that kind of looked like, but I keep getting freaking the CMA awards for some reason and not Time magazine. So it's taking a while. But yeah, I can definitely see that. I think maybe here's the thing, and I think it goes back to one of those conversations where it's like, a lot of groups nowadays benefit from the fact that the world has evolved, right? So I would not be remiss to say that none of those iconic groups, like a Destiny's Child, a Spice Girls, I don't know, Girls Aloud, like whoever, like them not winning it, TLC, you know, etc., them not winning it was probably due to some misogyny back in the past, or them just feeling like they should not give it to a girl group. Now somebody's probably gonna, I don't know, maybe female entertainers have won it or whatever, but I know how groups are perceived, let alone girl groups, can sometimes be more, oh, they're childish, etc. But I do think that the the reasoning, like I get being like, how did Spice Girls win it but Blackpink? I get that understanding, but I don't think, like, I think we can't penalize Blackpink because they didn't give it to somebody
Oh
else
yeah,
in the
yeah.
past. So I think it's kind of
That's why I was
hard.
like, that's a separate issue in its own.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just one issue.
Yeah. So I feel like, yeah, I understand people bringing that up, but I feel like I don't know if that belongs in the conversation as to why Blackpink won it this year.
Mhm.
Now, what I do see is people being like, entertainment wise, what did Blackpink really do this year? That was more interesting to stuff that they've done last year. Like some people were like, why not give it to them the year they performed at Coachella, etc., etc. But I think also they were really trying to emphasize, at least in that Instagram like post, that it's not necessarily what they did as a group, but them as individuals. And I don't even think it's
Still.
really they were giving them it for music. They were giving them it for influence, which I will say, like taking my Blink, Blink persona off, my Blink sona off, I sometimes get, I don't want to say confused, but I still get like shocked when I realize how much people are obsessed with them. Like it still surprises me to this day because it really did come out of nowhere, I think sometimes. And not statistically speaking, but in comparison, there's groups as a group that do much more. So it is kind of crazy to see like they're literally going toe to toe with these groups that constantly are releasing, constantly putting out music, etc., etc., etc. But again, I think because a lot of them, their appeal is them as individuals and as people, as opposed to really the music they put out. And that's no shade. I feel that is shade. Theodore, make new music. But like that's not like shade to them, but it's just like I feel like people perceive the way that Blackpink is perceived and interpreted is not the way that a musical group often is. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But still, individually, this wasn't their best year either.
I mean,
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like if anyone should win
out of K-pop or in general?
In general, because it's entertainers. I feel like Taylor Swift had a better year. Ooh. I feel like Beyonce had a better year.
Ooh.
Like, how did Blackpink beat out these actual heavy hitters?
True. Okay, I definitely see that.
Like, and I looked up like previous years, and I can't find before 2019. But 2019 was Lizzo, which makes sense. 2020 was BTS. It makes sense. 2021 was Olivia Rodrigo. Makes sense. But this year,
yeah,
Blackpink didn't provide anything to me.
Okay, that's kind of true. It is really weird because I think you can definitely pinpoint why like certain things they did. But I don't know. It from that video producer, if they have as much pull as I guess I'm perceiving, I feel like it's exactly like you said with the Remnant, where it's like maybe not necessarily for this year. I think they should win it, and like the terms of that, like in terms of the reasoning aspect as to why they win it. This is not necessarily my thought process, but I feel like they've been doing some things, so I want to reward them. But it is quite weird. Yeah, now that you bring up Beyonce, that's kind of wild. Yeah. Jessica said, it's payolysis. I need you to...
I haven't heard that word in so long.
I haven't heard that word in 94 years.
Exactly.
I did see... So it's really interesting when worlds collide. Because I scour a lot of like K-pop specific like forums and things like that where people talk about pop culture and things like that. But I also do that just for like American pop or like and things like that. So it's very interesting to see worlds collide when on a lot of the pop forums I peruse, this got posted. And actually funny you say that, just because a lot of people are saying, okay, how much did they pay for this essentially, or there must be Blinks on the editing team or something like that. So you would not be the first person to assume that they bought it. But Andy says, hey Andy, what's up? And he says, I definitely think they're deserving of the award with all their success and impact, but I do think this year was more ... laid back for them. Yeah, I agree. And don't get me wrong, I also think it's weird that they gave them this. Like, I'm sorry, Blinks, I can't be a shooter tonight. It is very strange for them to give it to them this year.
You're trying to makeup by wearing Blackpink. So you were just like,
I was like,
but
I got the uniform.
I'm repping.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an interesting question. And where's SNSD? Again, I think a lot of people, because the thing is, as impactful as SNSD was, I'm gonna get shot in the face for that. Please, SNSD shooters.
Oh, no.
I do think globally, Blackpink is bigger, but I don't think it's necessarily because they're a better group, blah, blah, blah. It's just because the times called for it. Like, SNSD helped break down the doors so people like Blackpink and stuff like that can be known globally. But I definitely think if we're just comparing global impact, SNSD is more globally, or Blackpink is more globally known now than SNSD was in their peak, in my opinion. But again, that wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for what SNSD did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I also think, like, I honestly can't find anything before 2019. So I'm like, is this a new thing?
Well, 2018 was BTS, they're saying.
No, 2020 was BTS.
Oh, they said 2018 was BTS in this article. Wait, let me
what
see.
Article?
The Soompi one. Was it the Soompi one?
Really? Because when I put in 2020, in fact, on their website, it says 2020 was BTS. They have...
Can you link me that for them? That? In
I just like
Discord. This is insane. Okay, so it didn't even exist before 2019. So let's not care about this.
Yeah, but now I'm like, oh, that's why all these, they're the first one. It's because it didn't literally exist.
I was like, well, we have 50 years of, like, you know, entertainment of the years we can compare this to, but lo and behold, we have three names. Okay, so a mess. Let's see what other people are saying. Andy says, but I do think it would have made more sense if they won it another year. It just sucks that with their popularity, YG still pushes comebacks and crams schedules at the last minute. True. That was another thing. People are being really, really shady. And in the comments of a lot of the articles about this, were posting like some of the more tragic performances or performance moments.
I was gonna say, they've been getting dragged this year, actually.
I was like,
dragged more than last year.
Jennie had motion sickness. Lisa, she was okay. You know, Jisoo got it together. leave my girls alone. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Daisy says, y'all see Black Label is hosting auditions for a new group. Today got a nerve. We're over Theodore. We've been over him since 2000.
And they're gonna be so young.
They're babes. But
what was their age?
It was. I think it said that you couldn't be older. You had to be born before or after 2004, which would make you like 18. I think
that's so young to me. Just because
it literally is 10.
Anyone born after 2000 should not be doing anything. I'm sorry.
Somebody born in 2000 is 22.
We're not talking about how old they are. I'm just saying what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing.
It's funny because
that's existing.
I do think our generation has this tendency to be like, you were born in 2000, but like keep in mind when it was 2000, we were like 6.
I'm still young.
So it's not like we were 40 in 2000.
Exactly, I'm still 6.
When people are born in 2014 holding jobs, then I'm gonna be like, all right,
okay,
it's time for me to see that.
That's
coffin.
when I'm just gonna be dead. I'm sorry.
It's time for me to pick up my tombstone.
They're like, what are you digging? And I'm like, my grave, because this can't be happening. Not today.
Where are you going?
Not tomorrow?
Tombstone shopping. So
yeah. My coffin, I gotta pick it out. It's gotta be nice. Comfortable.
Hi, it's me. I'm 22. Oh. Okay, youth.
I'll just say you're 23 in Korea, you know? Let's go by Korean age.
Those born in 2003 are in their retirement era, according to Kpop.
Oh, no.
Imagine somebody on like one of those reality shows being like, you don't understand, I was born in 2003. This is my last shot. I have to go back to the... So I don't even know if I can't make it.
That's when... I don't know. I'll be sad. I have to turn off the TV after that ever happens. So I probably just can't watch anything. That's depressing.
Royally Princess says, love me some Blackpink, but I felt like their impact was bigger in 2020 when they collaborated with Lady Gaga, Selena Gomez, Cardi B. That's a good
Sadly,
one.
that was also BTS's like big year. So it's like, who do you pick? And
And who do you pick? Yeah, that's true.
I guess it was BTS because they they won.
Yeah, Leanne's the baby. I think Leanne's the baby. I remember we used to have a chatter that was like 13, but they were chaotic.
Um,
They were like, anyway, DBSK. I was like, huh? How do you even know who they are?
that's why they were chaotic.
Yeah.
I look at they're like, I know stuff that you know, and you're like, wait, you're a baby.
I was like, I don't
You're
get
supposed
it.
to be in daycare. What is this?
Like it was like
Chaotic.
they're like, anyway, Kangta, and I was like, huh? They're like
You don't know
sketches.
this, man. Now you're just saying things. I think you said Skechers. That's what you meant.
They're like, so when Boa dropped her first album, and I was like,
The snake, because that's all you know. That's all you should know.
I was confused. Ooh, I think that's true. I could definitely see Taylor Swift. I'm surprised she hasn't already got it, but I'm sure she got like just regular time, like the person of the year. Because there's like
Yeah, but
different
like
categories.
if no one's won, I mean, not a lot of people have won. I would think you would give it to Taylor or
That's
Beyonce,
true.
even if they have already won like a person of the year. I don't even think they've won person of the year. They've
Oh,
probably been a person
yeah. Maybe Taylor Swift
in
did,
the
but I don't
list.
think they gave it to Beyonce. Um, but you know, unfortunately, neither Beyonce or Taylor Swift's checks cleared in time. No, just kidding. Um, just kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah. So I
Oh, she
mean,
was 2017. Taylor Swift.
oh,
That's
like
why.
yeah, I was gonna say Taylor definitely seems like
That'll
they
do
would
it.
give it to her.
Let's see. Beyonce.
Um,
Beyonce?
yeah, Beyonce. Are you happy
Time of
to
the
be in
time
Paris?
person time person of the year runner up was Beyonce
Runner
in
up.
2016. I
Oh.
didn't even know that was a thing, but she was a runner up. So she should have been this year.
Beyonce, are you happy to
I
be
would
in
not even
Paris?
want to hear that. How dare you?
True.
Tell me I'm runner up.
True.
I
I'm
I
like,
don't like that.
what does that mean? I don't know.
That's like I told you one time I was in a competition and I got honorable mention, which is basically I got fourth. And they're like, go up on stage. There were only 3 areas to stand. I was like, why am I on the stage? Why?
They're like,
It
stand
was like
under first place
so.
so he can step on you.
Basically, I was just like standing on the floor, like, why am I here?
Literally that emoji of the person just standing there. Oh,
Like, I was just so depressed, and I was also pissed because it was a singing competition, and this guy freaking sang the Cowardly Lion song from like The Wiz, and I was like, this man beat me. I sang Listen. Like from freaking Dreamgirls. I sang my heart out, and this man singing Roar or whatever he says.
Now
I'm
you're still
scared. I
being
don't even
heated.
know. I didn't even see his performance, but I was like, no, I refuse.
Oh,
You made me
gosh.
stand right next to him, below him.
Under him.
I was depressed.
That's his footstool. All right. Whoa.
Someone put the emoji. Oh,
Do y'all hear that? Reporting
Dora.
live.
Oh.
Wait, I don't want to get a copyright claim. I don't want to catch a case. Oopsie.
From just that.
It's the shoe minute, y'all.
Hey, yo.
Hey, oops, wrong thing. There we go. So yeah, y'all. What is
He's
our
Time Person of the Year. Go back to that.
Schumann is Time Person of the Year. But can Schumann beat the unemployed allegations this week? Let's see. Jazz, what do you
He
got for us?
can. Because he went to the Philippines with TVXQ, Boa, and Chen to perform. And he sang, I think he sang 2 of his songs off the album. So like Brand New. And he has a song called Love Letter, which is like the ballad song.
Hey.
But he sang his little heart out. He looked good. He did an interview with like Chen. I didn't get to read like every translation for it. But he also did a little TikTok with Boa and Chen, and it was very weird. Like,
I was scared. I was scared from the beginning.
yeah.
First of all, why didn't Truman's face switch until like halfway?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn off.
He was trying.
Yeah. First of all, what a handsome man! Look at his skin, very clear. But yeah, this. So if you guys want some nightmare fuel, a little scary, but it's cute. Yeah. Okay, wait, what was this concert for?
I think it was like when I looked at the top, like what it said on the flyer, it was like for the elderly or something. Aww. I think it was like I think they were maybe like raising money. I'm not sure. I didn't know what it fully was, but it was like a little concert. I think it was called Beef for. No, what was it? I wrote it down. I don't even know where there it is. It was called BU2. So I guess there was a BU1 before. But this is the sequel, I guess. But it was nice seeing like Schumann and Chen.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hopefully we get to see them again.
was the interview he did with Chen, was that just like a one-off thing, or does Chen have like a radio show?
It was with like, I think it was in the Philippines. So while they're there.
Oh, okay. Just like, okay.
I think Chen does have something though. I think, or he had like some special thing where he did it with EXO, like the other EXO members.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say he gives.
And I know he's been on other.
He gives me like radio show host energy. Like he feels.
Yeah,
like
I can see that.
But yeah. Anything?
He'd be good.
Anything to look forward to for our boy Schumann?
That SM Town thing that they're doing. Pretty sure all of EXO is involved. That is not in the army.
Oh, well.
Obviously. So that's like, it's still your fave, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You're gonna talk about next, right?
What is it?
He looks a little different. I was like, what's with this picture? What's going on there?
Listen, we here, we do the Kyung second. So for today's
Kyung we have not talked about Kyung Soo and a Kyung second.
Look at him.
You know?
Look at him. Look at the eyebrows.
Aww.
2 different.
What year is this from? Because he hasn't done anything.
How dare.
You haven't updated.
2022. Thank you. Oh no! What's that? What's going on? No. Because today.
Poor Kyung Soo.
Oh no! It turned on the same one. Today.
Oh, I thought it was like blinking away. The 1 hour. First of all, like 1 hour. That's funny.
We're doing the 1 hour, and this is actually the podcast boyfriend, who has been the podcast boyfriend since probably like, I don't know, 1933. Like consistently I've been standing, so it's really nice that I get to talk about him today. Unfortunately though, it is sad news in that our Wonho has enlisted in the army starting from December 5th. So this is kind of late news, but hey, I try to keep up.
It was December 5th? Like, dang. When did he just disappear? And then they released the news? Because I swear I just read that he went to the army.
Well, okay. It says in this all K-pop article, it says Wonho has officially become his compulsory military training starting from December 5th. Wonho will be fulfilling his military duty in alternative service as a public service worker. So I feel like that means like we'll still see him, or
he's not doing anything.
Yeah. Well, not that he's not doing it. He's like a policeman. Yeah. Listen, guys.
Like he's not doing like what Schumann was out here doing. It. He was doing like, you know.
Don't do this.
He was like loading guns, shooting it. You know.
Does this mean we still get thirst traps, or?
I know. Honestly, I'm just imagining him just like putting on the tightest officer outfit, walking around like, "Ma'am, do you need help?" And his like butt cheeks are like trying to breathe, and she's just like, I mean. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore because your butt is just out here.
What is that?
And he's like, I know, man. That's what I do.
Oh God.
That's what I'm here to do. Look sexy.
Listen, I love a man that knows, he gives what he needs to give. I'm dying at this comment from Annie though. Your Honor, he's already served visuals. Let him go free.
He served a lot more than visuals. He's done so much.
Oh God.
You know what?
But for some reason, this comment also by Daisy also has me cracking up. Yeah, he had an early Christmas concert and he left. He was just like, all right, y'all.
Peace out.
I don't know. Bye.
I won't be home for Christmas. You can't count on me.
That visual is just like killing me. We never got a world tour. I hate Starship. I would have definitely went to a Starship. I mean, Wonho.
Is he even in Starship though?
Oh yeah. Well,
isn't he like his own thing?
Oh wait, he is, right? No, I forget.
I swear he like left Starship. But why did he leave again? Didn't he get kicked out?
It was a whole thing.
Was he doing drugs?
According to them, well, it was a marijuana situation that made him go on hiatus. According to them, they always had his back the whole time. So when he was like cleared of the charges, they're like, "You're come back to Papa." But
and then he was like, "No."
Yeah, he just ended up going solo. But yeah, a mess. But I mean.
And he just went buff.
Was he?
From then on.
Under Starship this whole time? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, so he's under a sub-label of Starship. Ah, okay.
Oh, he's still there. Oh.
Interesting. Okay, he's moving units. I'm looking at his Wikipedia, his extended plays selling. All right. But yeah, so that's it for the 1 hour, the one and only podcast boyfriend, the segment I do week to week, giving you the tea on Wonho. Obviously, it's going to have to slow down now that he is in jail.
I feel like you should do a compilation of all your Kung seconds.
What's a Kyung second? I've never heard of that, but that is it.
All right.
For the 1 hour.
That's all you need to know about the Kyung second.
How dare you? But welcome to The thing is, they never hear what I sing. So
are you serious?
I always forget to. Oh wait, maybe they did. No, okay. I always forget to put the mic, so they never hear it.
Why? Because I always look crazy. Because because you say the randomest things. We all got friends down under.
Who said that?
Down underwear.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jasmine. Anyway. Nerd. Sometimes, it's just a little song between us. All right, guys. You know the drill. It's open bar. Let's talk about whatever silly, ridiculous, crazy things that have been on our mind this week. So what do y'all got for us? Jazz, do you want to start?
I see one that I'm excited about that I actually was going to bring up from Andre. He said, y'all see Red Velvet and aespa are doing a collab single? And I was like, yes, I have. I'm so excited. I saw the little pictures. They look good.
Yeah, they're so excited. Cute at the doors. I was like, okay, good serve. Yeah, very cute. It did give me one of those moments though when I was like, does Red Velvet know who aespa? Does Red Velvet know aespa?
Honestly, I mean, they did. What's it called together? Well, Wendy and Seulgi,
the beat thing
did. With Winter and Karina.
Yeah, but still, I was like, has met Winter? Like, it's so weird to me.
Like, I'm Winter, and it's like, I met you before. Like, we do know. This has been a thing. We've done this multiple times.
It's just
we work in the same company. Yes.
But yeah, I'm excited for that. Yes, aespa Miami loves having jobs and being employed. We love employment.
Exactly.
We love when our faves have an employment.
I hope it's really good.
IDK, if y'all heard about this, but some of the members of NCT 127 got hurt filming commercial recently. Thankfully, they are all okay. We did talk about that earlier. And I feel like the fact that we got 3 statements from SM in between it happening and now, that is really good, like, upkeep. They're like, okay, this is the 411 girls. Jaehyun.
Because it's not their fault.
That's true.
We're like, we're on top of this.
That's true. If it was their fault,
we're trying to get money out of this as well. Hey, what's money?
If they were behind it, they'd be like, sorry, at this time we cannot confirm or deny. Anyway, like, you're breaking up. It's like, it's a written message. What do you mean?
They're okay. We'll get back to you.
Don't worry about it.
2 years later. Like, they're good. Like, they've been performing for a while. You're just now coming back with the update.
Oh, this one really touched my heart as well. The comment that Andre has here made me teary-eyed, but Jaejoong brought Kara's album to Hara's memorial site. Yeah,
I saw that. I also read that apparently she put peaches on Sully's.
Oh, the Kara members did.
Grave. Jaejoong, I think it was specifically Jaejoong.
Oh, that's
I was like, that's cute. That's nice.
Yeah. Oh, here I have a picture. Let me pull it up. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I feel like that was like one of the things that when they were like announced that they were okay, so here it is. And this is from Asia1.com. But when they announced that they were having a comeback, I was like, oh, this is so beautiful, but at the same time it's so sad because obviously you're gonna think about Hara and how, she passed. So but that's really, really sweet. I love that they did that. Especially a lot of fans were like, oh my god, I know like Hara would have slayed this comeback and stuff. So I thought that was like a cute way to kind of bring her into like the conversation about this comeback. Let's see. Oh, one thing that you brought up, Jazz, was the fact that Miss Lamy herself went back to SM and SM was like, thank you, ma'am. It's like, I really don't know. I always think it was crazy.
She's not gonna sing though. She's gonna be an actress this time.
That's iconic of her. It's like, I don't want to do all the singing and dancing. Yeah, I remember.
I guess that's why she left. Like, kind of.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Shows why she was like, oh well, bye. I don't want to do that.
Do you think? Because obviously they have a lot of acting idols. So do you think she was like they have like the Yunas and things like that? So she was like, I just want to act, and like you have to be in an idol group if you're gonna stay here. We'll let you act later, but you have to be in the idol group. She was like, the thing about that is no.
Yeah, maybe. That could be a good reason. I mean, but it's interesting that they would let her back. Just be like, all right, yeah, you can. We were wrong. I don't know what we were thinking back then. Anyway, join us.
Well, not to say, I mean, ultimately she is a trainee, but I remember they've been hyping this little girl up since like literally like 2009 as like the next Yuna, the baby Yuna. So I imagine they invested a lot and had a lot of plans for her. So they're like, all right, come back, like please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked to see she debuted as an actress at SM. I thought she left with Khan. I think that was her name. Yeah, there was like this weird map before. Was it before aespa, but after Red Velvet? Like this mass exodus of all these female trainees that had previously been like publicized on that like, I don't know, Playhouse Disney SM thing, which was weird.
Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah. Giselle was on that, right? Or no?
Was Giselle? I don't think anybody in aespa was.
Really? Okay.
I don't think any of them were there.
Well then. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. What else? What else, y'all? It doesn't even have to be anything K-pop related. We can just talk about the state of the world. The state of the union.
It's falling apart. Next.
Facts. I think there's this like statement I saw. One of the people I follow on Instagram who is like, I have a lot of dreams, so when I say somebody's living my dream, I mean that very tongue-in-cheek, because like I have a new dream like every 2 seconds, but she's living my dream. But she was like, 2023, I'm going to be delusional. And I was like, let's pontificate on that. And she was like, yeah, any dream that I have, no matter how crazy or like just nonsensical or like unrealistic it is, I'm just gonna go for it. And I'm not gonna be shy about vocalizing that this is what I wanna do or this is where I wanna be. And I'm just going to try my best and work towards it. But I'm never gonna like stop myself for even attempting to reach one of my dreams or do something I wanna do based off the fact that it just doesn't seem very likely or doesn't seem realistic. So she's like, be delusional for 2023. And I'm like, okay, T, let me do that.
She rich?
Um, I actually don't know. I mean, she's an online influencer, but you know, that varies.
I'm like, does she have the money to do that?
I guess that's
because like
true.
just do whatever I want. I'm like, cool,
That's
but like
true.
what I want to do probably isn't going to get me money.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
That's fair. Yeah, to be fair, she's like an online influencer in like the kind of nerd anime like video game
mm,
space or whatever, and I think it's more like, oh, if I want to interview Michael B. Jordan, let's see how I can, or if I want to star in a movie, let's see, like that kind of thing.
mm.
So
And
yeah,
I guess you could still be delusional and still have a 9 to 5 or whatever,
that's
or go to
true.
school.
That's true.
If
Yeah,
you want to be a K-pop star, you could still audition
exactly.
on the side. Just make
All
sure you get your stuff in.
exactly. All my millennials who still want their K-pop dreams to come true, girl, just do the audition. I don't know, the Black Label might take you.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
You know what, Jazz?
I would
Go.
fail so
I'll
fast.
be making a YouTube series. Listen, spin it, flip
They'd
it.
be like, do this dance, and I'd be like, all right, you lost me in the first step. Can we redo that? In fact, can you like record yourself, put it on YouTube? I will put it at 0.5 speed, and I will try and
A
still fail.
classic. Mhm.
I will have to have 2 days to get the chorus. All right,
MVP, yeah.
you're not accepting me? I don't. You didn't even give me a chance. Give me those 2 days.
And also, do you have Vicks Vapor Rub? Because I know I will be throwing out my back when I try this, so I want to be prepared. All right.
And then you want me to sing on top of that? Oh, yeah.
About that.
Like while I'm dancing, that's not gonna happen. I'm
It's a bit
sorry.
much. You're asking for too
It's
much.
cute.
But yeah. So everyone go for your dreams in 2023. You know what? Nay. It
Reach
doesn't
for the
even
stars.
reach for the stars. It doesn't even have to be 2023. Start right now. That's what I want to be very more open. And if I see something, because I feel like I have this like weird ego about myself. Not ego, but it's just like I'm very like, it's weird because it really depends on the situation. Like right now, I'll do whatever and like, you know, because I feel comfortable. But I'm very like hesitant about making a fool out of myself. So I don't like putting myself in situations where I think like there's like a good chance that I'll make a fool out of myself, or yeah, or like embarrass myself. But I'm just like, okay, what's the worst that can happen? Like I embarrass myself and then what? Like,
I
you know,
embarrass myself. That's the worst thing that can happen.
that's it. That's the thing.
And then I'll think about it. I'll wake up like 2 years from now and be like, oh my gosh, remember that time that you did that thing and you embarrassed yourself? And I'll be like, yeah, depression for a
But
whole
that's
day.
the thing. This is what the kids always say in like the like online like gaming space. They're like, don't kill the cringy part of you, kill the part that cringes. So don't like, you know, worry about getting embarrassed. Kill the part that gets him. You should worry about getting rid of the part that gets him.
It's
Wait, what?
easier said than done.
Don't worry about being embarrassing. Get rid of the part that gets embarrassed. And yeah, that's true. But I mean, I just think of it like, okay, literally, there are so many things, and this is about to get like really, you know, vibesy, like we live in a society or whatever. But like so many things had to go right for me to even be existing right now. Like it's so crazy. Like two people had to meet, but then for those two people had to meet, two other people had to meet, so those people could exist. And then two other people had to meet. So, you know, like there's so many crazy things that like had to happen for me to get here. So it's like, yeah, going up and doing like a stand-up special is like literally the least craziest thing you can do. Or, you know, going back to school for whatever is the least craziest thing you can do. Or like putting a song on Spotify or whatever people's like dreams are that they think is, oh, this is too wild for me to do or whatever. So I'm just like, I don't know, I just think about it like that. Like literally so many crazier things have happened for me to even be right here. that like doing something else that I think is crazy is not gonna like rock the boat too much. That's kind of my rationale. But yeah.
Yeah.
Why y'all talking about rent payments? Wait a second.
I think. Oh, wait.
Hold on, let me bring somebody's up. I keep losing the thingy that I used to. Okay, there we go. We'll do like this. Also, if you haven't liked the video, go ahead and give it a like to show you're having fun. We're all having fun here, right? We're all having a good time. Huh? Uh-huh. Sorry. You guys are like, no, we're miserable. I think I might dye my hair brown. I'm kind of loving the contrast of this wig in my skin. Oh, okay. Andre says, I wish more K-pop tour spots would include my cities because only Eric, Nam, and Amber have come to my city. Like, I don't want Blackpink to come to Ohio since Ohio's trash. Trash anyway, but at least. Not you dragging Ohio collectively. Um, there was actually a really interesting conversation. What was it? About people complaining about prices of K-pop tickets. And they're saying it's getting ridiculous and like K-pop groups need to be more realistic and modest, I guess, humble themselves with how they're like, I forget what the like source of the complaining was. I think it was just like some fairly new group was like charging a lot of money for their concert tickets, and people are like, yo, you just got here, how are you charging like $350 for nosebleeds, like crazy things like that. And so people were like sharing how much they've paid for tickets and what the ticket seating was. Yeah, honestly, when people were talking about some of this stuff, I was like, because this is the thing, like at least back in the day, and again, I'm not actually somebody who would do stuff like a meet and greet or a photo op or anything where you're coming in, because I don't care about that. Like, I'm sorry, like it's a weird thing to explain, but I'm just not interested in like meeting people I like to listen to or whatever. But at least back then, it was like you get all this stuff bundled. But now a lot of that stuff is not even included. And like VIP packages like include like, oh, you get to, see sound check, which I guess is a big deal or whatever. But like, little things that aren't even that great for how much you're paying. And it just seems like very like taking advantage of people being like, well, this K-pop group only comes here once every 10 years, so I need to get everything. I think it was P1 Harmony that was like $350 for benefits that didn't even include the ticket concert. What?
What did it include then? What?
So what would be exactly?
Just paying to just have them there in the same city as you.
They'll eat out Shake Shack and you can watch outside from the windows.
Don't touch. Just watch.
Don't perceive. Let's see. Concert tickets. That's wild. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Like, I'm not saying that you have to struggle and you're only allowed to charge high, because I also think that just because you're super famous doesn't mean you should be charging, James Charles meet and greet prices, that kind of outrageous stuff. But like, I don't know. Yeah, you just got like, and I feel like that's really bold because it's kind of like destining you to kind of to flop, because I don't know. Well, maybe they have it like that, but I'm hard pressed to think of a group that out the gate could be charging that much. Okay, probably a big three company.
BLACKPINK. Yeah, I was gonna say BLACKPINK.
I guess we have to have some self-respect, or not to get these tickets if they're way too much money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because a lot of time that's not even factoring in like the travel and hotel stays and things like that people have to also purchase when they go see these concerts. So it's kind of wild that you have the gall and audacity to be like, Royally says, yeah, K-pop concert tickets these days are so expensive and there's no increase in benefit. That's the thing that gets me. It's like the benefits have gotten worse and it's more money. Like, it's like used to be like for 100 you could get like a picture op, a meet and greet, blah blah, but now it's like 300 for us to punch you in the eyes and then make you sit in like nosebleeds. So you double kids and take your contacts and your glass. They confiscate your contacts and glasses. before you enter. That's
I need
funny.
a kaleidoscope instead of binoculars. Like, all right. Sorry. We don't want you watching this.
Because it's not them, it's actors like when we saw 17.
I mean, so.
No. When we saw 17 at K-pop
Oh,
KCON.
because you also said about EXO too. You're like,
Maybe I'm paranoid.
you're like, was that even them? We wouldn't even know.
It's true. I just call it but yeah. Andre says, when I saw Eric Nam, I think I spent $100 to do a meet and greet and got a sign posted and a group pic with him. That is royalty. He's treating y'all like royal. Let me be an Eric Nam stan right now. You bet.
Put on your makeup.
Let me real quick.
You on right now? Hold on. Let me slide those DMs.
Let me see what Mr. Eric got for him. Real quick. Like, hey, Eric.
I see you got $100 tickets. How about 0? You know.
I apply more lipstick for no reason. You like lipstick or you like this color?
You like this taste?
Andy says $250 for a meet and greet after the concert, and it's just the artist walking by and raving. What is scamation?
It's like it's on a float, just like hello. Hello.
They're not even
don't touch me. Hello. Thank you for paying $250.
Yes, you got scammed.
Just saying that right to your face. Imagine.
Like, oh my god, he told me I got scammed. Hey.
Everyone's like, oh my gosh, you're so lucky, girl. Wish it was me.
You know what was wild? This was a really old video, and again, this is not quite the fan service that I want, but I thought first people who do want it, there was this video of this girl, and I guess like it was a BTS concert, and it was giving Wattpad, it was giving Archive of Our Own, it was giving Tumblr, you know, fanfic archive, but it was like I can't really remember it, but like V like walked up to her, like the way that the stage was, it was like her where she was sitting the barricade, and then I guess like a stage that went up to her, and so he walked up to her, looked her in her camera / face, and was just, I don't know, vibing with her. I don't even know. I don't really remember it, but I just remember I was like, this is an insane amount of fan service for how like huge BTS is. But he was just up there like literally giving her like this solo fan service. It was like the precursor to the thing he did with Olivia Rodrigo during the Grammys. Remember that? Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a bit. Never mind.
I also like, this is last year?
No, this was a while ago.
With the Olivia?
It was the Olivia Rodrigo thing was last year.
I thought you meant this happened like before he started doing something with Olivia Rodrigo.
No.
I was like, when did this all happen? When did he have time to be doing this? Okay.
No, it was before. But yeah. Oh gosh. Wait, so Royally Princess says, I remember paying like $250 to see EXO in the pit back in 2017. We were probably there.
Is that when we saw them? Wait a minute.
Maybe
no.
6. It probably 15 actually, because it was close to when Exodus came out.
When did Unfair come?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Unfair.
I'm triggered. Anyway, and recently I paid $400.
2015. So we saw in 2016.
Oh, okay. So yeah, around the same time. We probably played it similar. I remember paying like $250 to see EXO in the pit back in 2017, and just recently I paid $400 to see BLACKPINK with a seated ticket.
Yeah.
The math is not nothing. What is inflation, y'all? Ooh. Calculate the inflation. Carry the 1 and the 2.
400.
And
you're not even touching them?
I will say, Princess, that is before tax, right? Because I'm thinking Ticketmaster probably found a way to slap $100 more with fees that don't even exist.
I hope not. Please tell me that's after tax. Because whoa.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like,
Like,
I'd
why
rather
are we
be
paying
like
rent to see these
become their
groups?
manager when I pay $400. Like I'm like doing their makeup somehow. I am backstage. I am part of the crew at
That's
this
why,
point.
yeah, I can't. I can't. It's too much. Honestly, this is the conclusion is you need to stay. We all need to stand Eric Nam because clearly he understands what fan service is. Okay.
Yeah.
And the staff make you sprint past them too. They literally rushed me while I was on crutches. Like, are you serious? I can't.
All right, moving along.
Oh
Keep it
my
going.
god, that's so rude.
At least get a wheelchair for you. Like, dang. How do you? What is this?
Oh my god, no.
Who are the? Who are they? Who are you seeing?
Yeah, who was the Hwasong? Who was the group? That is hilarious though. I mean, not hilarious. That's hilarious, like hilariously ridiculous. But Princess says it was tax included with the 400, but still.
Okay, good. Still a lot, but you know, at least.
Yeah, that's still crazy though, because the seat difference as well.
Expensive.
Although I'm a seated girl, like I will get as
Oh yeah,
close
I don't
as,
want to be in the pit.
Yeah, exactly. I will get the closest seating will allow me. Leanne says, speaking of Ticketmaster, did y'all see that apparently Ticketmaster is paying scalpers to buy out the ticket? Yeah, that makes sense.
What?
That tracks.
Wait, what?
So apparently Ticketmaster is paying scalpers to buy out the tickets.
So the scalpers just get a whole bunch of money in the end?
I guess.
That doesn't make any sense.
I think
what does Ticketmaster get out of this?
I think it's because, you know, those platinum tickets they sell?
Yeah.
They're based off how well tickets are selling. So if they see that it's selling really well, that's when they become like those insane prices, like 2,000. And while everyone's like, girl, a lot of people will buy them if they have the money. If 2,000 is nothing to them because they have a lot of money, they'll buy it. So I feel like that, I mean, maybe not buy out all the tickets, but I feel like that it would not be, because if demand drives up their ability to do that. And then it's like you have to, like, for the people who actually have the money, if it is like a popular group, then they're forced to pay like $2,000 or whatever those crazy platinum tickets are priced. I feel like I always just think it's weird because that's literally scalping their own tickets, and they try to be like, this is for the dedicated fans. Yeah, that you want to scam.
Then the scalpers get paid for buying those tickets, and then they make other people pay more.
I guess. I want to be surprised if Ticketmaster gets like a kickback. Let me not though, because Ticketmaster will come for me. Ticketmaster, we love you.
Sponsor.
Yeah, it's true. Ticketmaster is kidding.
Give us money for buying tickets.
Give me free tickets.
Think about
that. Yeah. All right. So I think it's about that time where y'all don't gotta go home, but you gotta get it. Last call, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us in this very sensual segment. This very fun gossip filled.
Oh, it was ATs. Sorry.
Wait, who was ATs? Oh, you went to go see ATs? Where they pushed you? And they're like, go! We don't care if you have they tried to take your crutches. And you're like, no, not again. And they're like, yeah. But yeah. So I will say, for my last thing, everyone go read this Ticketmaster article that
read.
Like
homework.
Read this Ticketmaster article that Leanne
and then
posted.
write an essay on why.
Exactly. 350 words to 400 words. Okay, we're not skimping.
Single space.
MLNOP format. Do tomorrow. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us this night. Jazz, do you have anything you want to tell the people?
You guys should watch a show called 1899. It's pretty good. If anyone's ever watched Dark, it's a German show, but it's a really good German show. It's the same people that made that show. And it's really interesting. It's very confusing. I hope there's more seasons. They plan it to be 3 seasons, but I'm just trying to get more people to watch it so that I can ensure there are 3 seasons so I can get the mystery solved. So yeah, watch it if you have time, if you like mystery, like drama. It's also like it's supposed to take place in 1899 or whatever. So it's like almost kind of like a period piece, I guess. They're on a boat.
Ooh.
It's interesting.
I'll check it out. That sounds really cool. And I love when it's like a period piece where like not that I could have been alive because I wasn't, but like, it's like, oh, references that maybe I could kind of get, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, Andy Taste. Stream Wish List by FX this holiday season. A really good song. I love that song. Also, Andre asking the questions that need to be asked.
I thought you were going to bring that up.
Of course I would.
Never.
When would I? The thing is, because I always say this, guys, I'm a fake gamer girl, but the real gamer girl is right here. So.
If I do anything, it would be YouTube.
You would stream on YouTube?
Because it's coming up, It seems like that's where everyone's going anyway.
True.
So.
True. We're YouTube girlies now.
Start early.
But yeah. But this is good. We're breaking her down because
are we?
Before it was just like a no or ignoring the question, and now we got a YouTube. Listen, we're working. That one's
it's still a no.
Okay.
Oh no.
I'll try to stream more and then force her to stream with us. We still need to finish It Takes Two.
Yeah. Well, never mind. I was gonna say I think there was gonna be a sequel, but it was just merch. They had like a commercial, and like while I was watching it through Saikuno, and he was like, "Oh, is this a sequel?" But it wasn't. It was just merchandise.
I'll get merch. So. It was I didn't finish it, but like it's very cute. And the guy who made it, he's a little like, not to use this freaking terminology, but a Chad. He's so cool. Gamer Girl Jazz True.
This man looks like. Who's the guy?
I forget his name, but he presented Game of the Year at the Game Awards.
Fairs? Him? Joseph Fairs. Kind of looks like that guy from District 9.
Who? And
yeah,
what?
I don't know why that's. I think something's sharp.
Did you see a kid got arrested though at the Game Awards?
First of all, I was sitting there watching it, did not know what this man was doing. And then I watched Ludwig after, because he started streaming a bit after, and he like broke it down and was like, notice how the people that won for Elden Ring, they came down one aisle, and you see the kid coming out on the other aisle, and then you could see him standing behind them and trying to get into the picture. Like every time the camera would move, he'd be like, and like try and get in. And then he pointed out what was funny is like he was like, you could tell he doesn't fit in because everyone had their arms like crossed over, but they had like their right arm in the front where you could see their watches, but he had his hand like the opposite way. Like he was just trying to cross his arms to try and look like he was there, but he just didn't fit in. But I didn't even realize because I was just laughing at the translator because he seemed so nervous.
Oh, yeah, I know. That translator was like...
translating. And it was just so funny to me.
The translator definitely was. I didn't know there would be other people here. Like, he was so nervous.
He was sitting there like, you're still talking? Oh, shoot. Yeah, so he said, yeah, and then it was great. More stuff in the future. And then he also said, I was like, oh my gosh, sir, relax.
Who forced
it's okay. We don't know what he's saying. You can literally say he said, I'm stupid and I'm with stupid and we're all stupid together. And honestly, I'd be like, dang, that's weird. Deep. Well, anyway, Elden Ring won.
Yeah, Elden Ring won a lot. It was like Elden Ring, God of War, Ragnarok, whatever. They won. I was like, okay, though. Shout out to Stray because even though Stray didn't win like a lot, I think they won Best Independent Game or something. They were like, nominated amongst those like bigger games that got a lot of buzz. So I was like, okay, y'all should feel proud, even if you didn't walk away with that many awards. But
yeah, they got something though.
Yeah,
that's good.
I think Ludwig won something too.
Yeah, it was so funny. He like the guy just he kept speeding through all the things.
Yeah, Yeah, I
And
was
so he
like,
was like, and streamer of the year is Ludwig. And then for next thing, I was like, dang.
yeah, there was a point where he did like a bunch of awards, and I was like, okay, I get maybe smaller awards is kind of like, going back, but like, I was like, these seem pretty important, and he's literally like running by them, like he's, relaying a grocery list to his like wife before she goes and gets the groceries. Like, I was like, okay, well, take out some of these trailers. Like, what is this, the trailer awards? Like, get
Yeah,
out of
apparently
here.
it's just Ludwig was saying it's like it seems like, or somebody was saying that I was watching that it seems like it's just an awards. It's a show to promote new games
Yeah.
coming out, and they just happen to have awards.
But yeah, basically that was definitely the vibe I was getting. But I was like, this seems like it just seemed so sad because it was like these people deserve to get their like, moment. I saw though, they were being mean when that dude won for the voice actor of the year or whatever, and his
He
speech.
spoke for like 10 minutes.
We need to have a
Also,
gaming
his
show.
hair.
We need to have a
I was
gaming show.
like, sir, what is wrong with your hair? I'm so
How
sorry.
dare you?
I was like, this ramen noodle.
Don't do my face. Don't. He was literally like, when I was a boy, I was like, Carl, why are you giving your whole autobiography? But
I like how you're dragging him too. You're like, this poor man, but when he was up there.
No, I was proud. I was
He's
happy
talking
that he
to
got to say his piece, but I was like, they're gonna drag you, sis. But you know what? Who cares?
They need that music. They need the Oscar music.
I
When it's
know.
like, just play them off. Just play it off.
Honestly, Twitch chat, I was watching on Twitch. Twitch chat is freaking degenerate. They were just like, snooze, sleeper, like when he was, and I'm like, he's pouring his heart out here. And he was like, I would like
That's why
to
you
thank
watch other people.
I would like to thank everyone I've ever met alphabetically, starting with, and I was like, they finna drag
Starting
you.
with A. And then Apple. And then I'm just gonna go through the whole entire dictionary, actually. These aren't even people.
Oh god.
I don't even know what he said.
He just,
I looked at his hair and was like, that's enough.
I mean,
That's enough.
don't come for my king like this. I thought it was really cute that first of all they brought Mr. Al Pacino, and he was like, I met Al Pacino. No, Al Pacino, like, that's a big actor. I was like, what is
Oh yeah.
Uncle Pacino doing here?
Well, why was he there? He was like, I don't know what I'm doing
He
here.
was like, I've never played a game
He
in
said,
my
my
life.
kids play? I was like, how young are your kids? What do you mean your kids play?
Don't do Pacino.
Like, I would think his kids are like 60 too.
Don't do Pacino like this. Not 60. Ma'am, shut it down.
Isn't he like, shut
it
like
down.
80?
62?
Isn't Al Pacino
No.
like 80? He was like in The Godfather. He's 82.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his kid could be 60. So I'm like, what do you mean your kids are out here playing video games? They're literally like boomers.
Let's see his children. Maybe he met his great grandchildren. Oh no, he has a kid that's 33.
All right. What is, well, he's a guy. That's why. I need to remember. He can have kids even when he's 90. He's a 21-year-old. What is
He's
this?
a 21-year-old.
That's why his kids are out here playing. Never mind.
No, I'm scared to see Olivia. Olivia is also 21. How does Al Pacino have kids that are younger than me?
Because he's a man.
If he likes it, I love it.
He can just keep it going.
Wait, what about Bill Clinton?
Oh wait, that's what the guy said. He's like, I want to dedicate this to my something Rabbi Bill Clinton, and then he like peaced out. I was like,
Lord.
sir, first of all, why do you sound like this? Second of all, why are you saying? Oh, I think he said Reformed Rabbi Bill Clinton.
I
was like, what does that even mean?
At least if you're gonna do something interesting. Like, he had a chance. He was gonna, he's ruining, he's besmirching this thingy, whatever. Say something that mattered. Bill Clinton.
He should have done a Kanye. I thought that's what he's about to do. I thought he was like, no, this belongs to freaking
Stray.
God of War. That was the best game of the year. Am I right, guys?
Oh,
and then walk off.
Ate his ass
That would have been better, though.
They would.
I think
that would have been I'm glad he didn't mention anything else, because I feel like that would have been embarrassing for that game, even if they did have any affiliation. Like, they're like,
I mean, Taylor Swift made it.
Know this kid. We don't know this man. Sorry to this man. All right, guys. So I'm starting to feel gassy. So we gotta bounce. But thank you guys once again. But I don't know
See that I'm
why.
gassy.
I'm starting to feel gassy, so we need to bounce. But thank you guys so much
Ooh.
again, and we will see you next week. And I forgot I wanted to do a special announcement, but next week is
Ooh.
next week is a special episode.
Oh, I was like, what's next week? I'm sitting there like, sure. Like I feel like I was like flipping through like pages in my brain. Like,
SpongeBob,
what's next week? Yeah, like we threw out her name. Like, what the heck?
But yeah, all I'll see now is that the episode's going to be on Saturday at 8 p.m. EST. So anticipate that it's going to be on Saturday instead of Friday.
Can't wait to watch.
Get out. I said go. No, just okay. Anyway.
Oh. Oh gosh.
All right. Thank you guys. I hope you guys have a nice night. You don't gotta go home, but you gotta get the heck out of here. Don't worry, there's a couple bars you can wrap up, down the street on 36 in Crenshaw, I think. So make sure to go there. But yes, see you next time on the Sleepy
That's right.
Idol. Bye. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, hold up. But we like do a whole choreography now. Like bye everyone.